Apologies.
And welcome to session number 75.
Underneath the dice jail. I need that dice jail too because it's going to be inevitable that my dice will try to kill me. Oh, they do every game.
And I'll start that again. Welcome to session number 75.
Sorry, it's a legitimate concern.
Yes, it was, but you were right over the mic when you were doing that.
Oh. At least I didn't say the F word just then.
That is true. We'll wait for that later and keep count.
It doesn't count if it's pain Tourette's.
I'm sure we can still, keep count. Okay, so online today we have M, who will introduce her character. Maybe she's away at the moment?
No, I'm here.
Absolutely necessary to every gamer. $200 dice that you can't read. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm going to sequester myself over here where I can not interrupt people for 5 minutes.
So, might get you to say that again, M.
I will start again. I am Zal. I am the cleric wizard of the Grail Ranger.
I miss that so much.
So does she, I'm sure.
Yeah, really. It's been, how many, 8 weeks?
Grail Ranger.
8 weeks.
It's been, you missed 8 whole sessions, so it's actually been 10 weeks, I think, when I count up properly.
Well, that. So, 12 weeks of bliss or whatever. I have my axe beak, my horse. We are currently in a castle, learning about the crashing wave religion.
And I'm sure they're not evil in any way whatsoever.
No, not at all. They totally didn't ban us from their inner sanctum, not at all.
Well, it's not like you didn't insult them all at once.
How did I insult them? I barely talked to any of them because they're ignoring me.
Has the axe speaking any of them?
You did bring a fire genasi into the inner sanctum area.
That's not her fault.
That's not my fault.
I'm supporting you there.
Which brings us to Josh.
You book this
Done.
Done.
Well, by the time I hit the pause, you'd already done it, so...
I just meant talking.
Okay,
So
go Josh.
I'm Josh. I play Chauvel, the Paladin.
Every time you see him, you get that. Her.
So basically, Chauvel's a paladin whoever has been cursed by her god to whenever the point where someone looks at Chauvel, all that they hear is someone screaming paladin in their face.
We routinely tell her to cover up and it works.
Not a lot of people give her eye contact.
Yeah, so Chauvel's personality, very hot-tempered, but always does things in a righteous manner.
And totally best friends with the crushing wave people.
I'm giving them the finger everywhere.
No wonder they don't like me. I'm trying to learn about their culture, and you're just like, yeah, is that right, Mia?
And also online tonight, we have Sue.
Okay, I'm playing Imni. She's a human barbarian, and she's only recently joined the group. She's following in the footsteps of her hero, Camdu.
I thought she was
And that's all she talks about, is Camdu.
I thought she was a ranger too, not a barbarian.
I don't have my character sheet here, and I don't remember.
She was a ranger. Camdu was the barbarian.
Okay, well, I'm a ranger then. Sorry.
These things do happen. You forget your class. At the table we have Ariadna.
I'm a druid here, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm Thala, a young Is it apprentice druid when I'm learning to take care of the tree of life? Is that the equivalent?
Apprentice to the tree keepers.
Yeah, okay, so I'm an apprentice tree keeper who's all in it for the story, even if it means running into lava.
And so, she says she's young. I mean, says she's probably between 120 and 300 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like a teenager.
It's the equivalent of us saying good boy to the dogs, because the dogs are the equivalent of what we are to elves.
Yeah.
Alright, I finally finished and got everything. Sorry.
And then we'll have Nicholas describe his character.
The new guy?
I'm playing a human rogue named Mervyn.
Love the name.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't quite decided how I'm
Do
going
you
to play
go by
it.
Merv?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
He'd love to be called Merv.
Better than to call him Vin, but then, if you've got a really fast car, that might be suitable.
But yeah, apart from that, he's just got some dark hair and just some standard leathers on at the moment. And yeah, that's him.
So for this storyline, I can do the recap for Em, unless you'd like to look at her notes and remind herself what she got herself into.
I've got to do that, even though I watched it recently.
Probably a not from Em, as they're on mute at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say that's baby.
So,
No, it's not baby. She's taking the phone call right now.
that is fair.
Okay.
Okay,
different.
so the background was they had taken on a job from their benefactor called Redrian, who they found out was a interplanar traveller who had crashed on their planet 5,000-6,000 years ago.
Jeez.
And while he was sleeping, one of his fellow members had sold the technology onto the natives, who then used it to almost blow the planet up.
Good old natives.
So there's a lot of hate of technology from elves,
Yeah.
because it was the elves who helped blow the planet up with technology.
Yeah, right.
And they go, we probably shouldn't do that again. So a whole lot of them went, badass. Let's
What
go
was this
do
guy's
that.
name, sorry?
Redrian.
How do you spell that?
RHEDDRIAN.
Okay.
And he started up an investigative bureau to look into missing parts of his ship, which can still cause mischief, as well as the changing political climates of the world and various religions that are changing their focus, as well as any new and emerging religions that maybe need to be investigated further. With that, you came to the very Norse area known as the Northern Reaches to investigate a group called the Crushing Wave.
The
Now,
cult
like-
of the crushing wave.
Like most of the people in the region, they have elemental affiliation, and for them it's water, which is why they don't get along well with the fire genasi.
Makes sense.
Just a quick question. So are we still, like, in terms of being away for 10 weeks, are we still around about in spring of 1007?
You should be.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Oh, okay.
You should be on the 10th day of the 5th month of 1006.
Okay, so we're on exactly the same day we left off on. Cool.
Same
that's
day you
okay.
left off on.
I was just checking, because sometimes you're like, 8 months have passed, and yeah. I think you did that in one of the previous games.
I did that in Star Wars.
Ah, there you go.
When you're in enough games of mine, you do notice that some things do happen, and you're going, did that happen in this one or that one?
So, for 17 years, I did
Exactly.
not participate in any role-playing group, and then Martin started having players not be available here and there, and now I'm in 4.
Oh, wow.
out of 6.
That's a lot.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to campaign to get me in on the other 2.
Well, she has characters in the other 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they're the ad hoc game, so...
Mm-hmm.
Ad hoc Shadowrun. Managed to get 12 sessions of that up in 2 months, with most of that being 1 month.
So play a lot then?
Three times a week. It adds up very quickly.
6 times a fortnight, I guess. 6 different games a fortnight, is it? Yeah.
Normally 6 different games a fortnight, but last month was Shadow Month.
Yeah, Shadowrun month, yeah.
Okay, so...
Alright, sorry.
Yes, you were here to discover more about what was happening at the Temple of the Crushing Wave. Did M have any notes about what you'd been doing while you were there? Monastery of the Crushing Wave, not the temple.
All I've got is the name of the abbot, Jolliver Grimjaw. I think I left the note taking up to Amy. Well, I presume she's still on the call with baby.
Quite possibly.
Yeah,
Because these
I
things
must
like
have had
to...
really numb hands that day. I didn't write much at all.
Okay.
So we're still in spring.
It's alright, we'll see how I go with notes. I find myself at the end of like a session looking through my notes and they're just like little dot points that don't make sense.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
most of the time I have the everything recorded correctly, which means I should probably check to make sure that the audio actually is being recorded this time.
Uni trained me well though, because you got to write while lecturers are speaking, and they like to put a lot of detail into a minute. So that's before they were videoing them and putting them up on YouTube.
Yeah, you can just watch them a bunch now.
And it does help that you can actually look them up at your leisure and catch up.
and
As
catch
long as
up.
it's recorded correctly. I had
Yeah.
quite a few that were one-sided conversations, Skype only. So none of the GM reveal was actually recorded.
What an exciting game.
Well, there was another one we had 5 people on the table and 1 online.
Yeah.
So imagine only 1 in 6 and none of them being the GM actually doing anything.
They're amusing but learning experiences, right?
Well, you get that because one person recording it and managing it and looking after it.
Yes.
It makes it easier. We don't want to pay someone to do it.
That's when you need to slap up those old timey like what's the black and white no sound movies? Party Adventures to the Cult.
Well, you have got the only character's name I can spell without thinking too hard about it.
That's a pride. Proud of that.
Yeah, but because the rest of us like being difficult.
I think that's only true in Chauvel's case. Will she take the bait?
Okay.
You pretty much did it before.
I know being difficult.
You just like to get into people's heads.
It's not a difficult name, it's not a play on word, not at all.
Yeah, not at all, Zal, not at all.
Yeah. He was not much better.
Hey, at least none of these characters have had broken bones yet.
I'm pretty sure Zal has.
What's the significance of that?
Yeah,
In the Alternate Friday campaign, they've had broken bones that haven't healed properly.
didn't love the yet.
But that's still a step up from Kayana and Khalid losing, both left arms?
Both lost
No.
their left arm.
Yeah. So that makes...
In the same combat, in the same round.
So I am now the right arm of our leadership because... no, the left arm. Whatever arm's missing.
So you just stand close to each other.
So yes, you are at a place that they call Riverguard Keep. Is where they've decided to set up a monastery dedicated to the study of elemental water.
River Keep or Riverguard?
Riverguard Keep.
Riverguard Keep. Okay, that's what
It is on top of a cliff face where a seasonal river flows out over the cliff. So it doesn't have to guard the river very often.
So is Imni...
But when you've named something after an event that was happening when you saw it, it's a little... most people don't even consider renaming it after that point.
Is Drazzle still with us?
He's still with you.
Okay.
Drazzle is a NPC chronicler
Oh, okay.
who rarely helps,
And has a horse who's not a horse.
hinders a lot,
Oh,
and gives a lot of unhelpful advice.
I find it helpful.
Side note to that, my axe speak is suspiciously well behaved around horse.
Horse.
Yes.
To whom, if you interact with at all, you lose your soul, I think.
No one's known yet.
No, something happens, but it's not fun.
Most people just don't like interacting with it. His horse has eaten a sable handle too.
So is it a horse?
Looks like a horse.
Oh.
Well, it looks like a badly made horse. Like, it looks like all the limbs are like on backwards and
Does
the
it
head is
taste
kind
like a
of...
horse?
I don't
You've
know
not tried
that
that
anyone's
yet.
licked it yet.
Okay.
Can't be strong.
Yeah, first thing you do, I come in, I lick horse. Horse tastes like horse. If horse tastes like a demon, you let us know, okay?
Well, the unfortunate thing is when horse licks back.
Do I taste like food? I hope not.
Here, boxes of land.
You hope not.
No.
Did you put my dust back in here?
I think they're here.
Oh, okay, that's what then, yeah. I had them all out ready for...
I think they got moved.
Oh, they probably got moved in clean up.
Yep.
The support workers don't.
And you had the right password, but you put my email in wrong. It's like it's not signing in, it's saying it's incorrect.
So, did you want to tell your email over the recording there, Em?
Oh, sorry, I've just been broadcasting that entire thing, my bad.
That's okay.
I thought I'd check myself again. My bad, you've just learned that my mum is obsessed with Netflix, it's fine.
Do we have any parents that aren't obsessed with Netflix?
Well, considering she's leeching off my Netflix, yeah.
Let me see. Half my family are leeching off our streaming channels, so you're in good company here.
Seeing if David actually wants to join us for tonight.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
He said
We
he
need
was
more
online
chaos.
waiting for his call.
I think the only streaming service that we don't pay for is
Oh, yeah, that helps.
Decided this
And it
was-
gives
Yeah,
a
they're actually
legitimate
selling off
reason
Foster's
to get
parents
more
for that one.
dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those critical role hoarding bags.
Yeah. We've got a friend who plays in the Tuesday and Wednesday games quite often who has the same critical role dice of hoarding
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
It's pretty
cool.
impressive.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
I bought a lot
I'm-
of those.
I'll send
I'm
him one
trying
through
to
this as
limit
well.
mine.
And if he joins in, then you'll have an extra person to get into trouble with.
Oh, yeah, more the merrier. Although I'm not sure how many will fit on horse.
It's different between fit and outside and inside.
You can see at that point. Right. I managed to catch up. That's not bad for starting as late as I did.
Okay, so we may have an extra person on tonight. We'll see what happens. So yes, you.
So Emmy, who's Zal, made that for me.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool. Is that dragons on it?
Yeah, I had the material, and I'm like, I'd really like a dice bag, and then this wonderful thing comes.
So yes, Marv arrives by boat at this location, having heard that one of the clerics of your nation was supposed to be here.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, you're not really great at sea travel.
Just like real life. Very good.
Unfortunately, your horse was better at it than you were. It had its sea legs from day one.
So is this like a pirate who gets seasick type deal?
Well, he's also from the Mongol steppes area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That sounds like canon.
Yeah.
But we can call him a pirate who gets seasick.
No, I think Ross has got dibs on that.
No, he's the pirate who gets airsick.
I was going to say he's the swashbuckling halfling pirate with a pilfering.
Yes.
That's like I'm writing down who's absent. I didn't remember.
Do I know the name of this cleric I'm looking for?
Yes, it's Zal. Apparently, was working with the princess of the nation who decided to go north and kill as many people as possible.
Okay. Very nice.
Because because apparently that's what she likes to do.
Yeah, right. So the
Legitimate
princess.
reasons, and that's all Candu ever needed.
Did the princess send me?
No, because the princess is generally not that thoughtful for thinking ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
If it involves the next day, it's too far.
That's
You're
too
most
close to
likely
planning.
sent by
Seeking Zel, the cleric. Roger.
by one of the clerics of the area.
We do have Pepsi Max and a bunch of other soft drinks in the bottom drawer of the fridge, which everyone's happy to have access to.
Alright.
So you could either have been sent by the Earth Goddess, the Fire Goddess, or the Trickster God.
Oh, go for the trickster.
Yeah.
That's always more fun.
I'm a rogue, so yeah, trickster god.
Sure, the Trickster God sent you.
Alright.
I'm sure that will go down well with the rest of the party.
How does Cheval feel about trickster gods?
Cheval works for the Fire God.
Mm.
M works for the Earth God.
Right.
And now you've got someone who follows the beliefs of the Trickster God.
So 3 cooks, 1 stove, 1 pot.
Hello, David? Not there yet. Okay.
Yeah, that's alright. I was sent to find you by someone.
Quite often we don't know why we're where we are sometimes.
Oh, we got a David, so
That's
David's here.
I'm just
Well,
going to quickly get my
Welcome,
glasses.
David. Your character...
Hello.
So you have the fun thing of putting together a 7th level character. Who is in the middle of a Viking region. In an area plagued with trolls. Does that sound like fun?
But no pressure.
Ranger.
So
And
technically we have 3 ranges. We have 3 ranges on the body.
that does Zal still count as a ranger?
Well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he still dresses like one. He's still
Am I a
very
ranger?
I was more than happy with Imni being a ranger. I was just questioning whether we still classify Zal as a ranger.
Failed ranger,
Oh.
but yeah.
I still carry my bows, and I thankfully still know how to use them. So I don't know. I am trying to get my magic arrow, more magical. So does that count?
I'm sure it counts in some way, as long as you remember to attack from range.
Is this the arrow that's gonna get Cheval? Okay.
Yeah, or I can just kill Cheval. It's fine.
She's got an arrow that wants to kill another party member.
Have you checked in with Cheval about how she feels about that?
Partly because the other party member killed her character's parents.
Yeah, okay.
I did no spy.
Executed them for a crime they didn't commit.
Yeah, well, that'll learn them.
Well, her god says it's true, therefore it must be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Christians
considering
don't
that
take
both
that
my
well as
parents
an
are-
argument against her all things.
Listen, you've said the buzzword, so I'm convinced you're a ranger. Arrow, bow.
And pets that don't listen to
The
them.
only difference is I carry my god's holy symbol next to my dad's skull. Oh yeah, but I didn't have my dad's skull as well.
You haven't described that to anyone yet. Would you like to describe how it looks in all its glory?
Is this the same
Oh.
skull that projects the intimate relations of other party members?
Yep.
Yes. So my dad's a bit of a pervert. He stays on my hip because he's a drift float. So, but he's a very unique drift float in the shape of a crystal skull. He glows red, and he also speaks in Celestial by saying my name over and over again, never stopping, ever.
So think of along the lines like I am Groot, but
Yep.
only says Zal.
Exactly.
Jeez.
He's now started projecting intimate moments between previous party members, which we all really need to see.
he's a dad.
Pretty much.
I think it's also the be careful what you drink, because two party members both shared potions of.
Roofied.
Yeah, they roofied each other and got it all recorded for prosperity.
Oh, very nice. Consensual roofing.
Neither of them knew it was a roofie.
Oh, diddly.
Taken 6 p.m. It's like by 8 p.m. but I took it.
And they were told it was a potion of loving.
So they each gave each other a potion of loving.
Yep.
One gave it to both of them, but didn't tell the other.
Oh.
So technically, he didn't know it was a potion that makes you fall madly in love instantly with the first person you see.
Yeah, okay.
And so he had one, and he gave one to his friend, and then they both looked at each other. And next morning, they said, "We shall not talk about this."
There was magic, there was fireworks, there were on top of the bell tower.
Young love.
Young love.
Novels about it.
Oh yeah, Drazzle publishes books. He published a book about this one.
Yeah,
So it's not just the party that knows. Everybody knows. There was no attempt to hide.
Playing it for fun.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Well, I'm sure there were diagrams and everything.
Well, at least you know your dad's got a sense of humour, right?
Well, yeah, but sometimes a little TMI. Just a little bit too much.
He said never speak of it. Wasn't really speaking.
No, they were just watching.
Yeah, he respected everybody's wishes here.
How we managed to get like a third person view perfectly getting all the angles, still haven't quite worked that one out.
There
He
was a-
used to be a necromancer, right?
There was a familiar at the scene that they remember seeing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look how.
So familiars are very good at sharing visuals and memories.
Well, they're interesting.
So yes, you have arrived. As you'll come from the Trickster God, which person is, do you think, in trouble with the gods?
Which person?
Yeah.
You mean from the party?
Yeah.
Or just, let's go with Cheval.
Okay. So, you have a message for Cheval from Krisha, the Trickster God.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes,
Sickens.
you end up having to take a winch elevator up the cliff face.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't take too long, only about half an hour of being winched up.
This from the same person who gets seasick?
Yep. Your horse is perfectly fine on this winch.
Does he have to roll?
He looks over the edge while you're clinging on.
I was going to say, does he have to roll whether or not he throws up?
That's completely up to him. He can do it as much as he likes, and sure, it's not going to hit too many people down below.
That's true. I am going to hold on to the horse for safety. My very stable horse.
I would say this is good advice.
He gives you one of those looks you're used to of, really?
I'm not convinced the horse isn't just like one of those like mannequin ones.
Oh, that's funny.
And he does give you that look of, don't throw up on me again.
Oh.
I give him a nod. And so I definitely will. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, and then you find yourself up overlooking the sea. You can see the ocean to the, I think it's to the east, as you're coming up with sunrise. So looking that way, bright lights.
I'd like to take a moment just to take in the surroundings.
Yep. And then you turn around and you get paladin in your head as you see the paladin.
Oh boy.
It's like seared into your brain, the words paladin, spelled out in intricate detail.
Oh, as I look at it.
So the P is made up of the word paladin. Yeah.
I scream and adopt the fetal position
Yep.
Yeah.
until it stops.
It stops the moment you close your eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then you open them again, see the paladin, and it starts all over again.
Can I close one up?
You know that when you're trying not to wake up properly, but you need to see what's going on, so you open them just a little bit.
Yeah, is it peripheral vision as well? Like looking past the paladin?
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're not focusing, you can sort of get away with it, but the moment you just happen to look too closely...
Does that mean if I look at Chauvel without my glasses on, that'd do it?
No,
Oh, damn.
it's too blurry. No focus.
I'm going to look at the ground after discovering this concerning revelation. And
The
say,
party is not very good at side-eyeing the paladin.
You have heard of this curse. This is one of the things Creature invented to really torment people who are very proud and up themselves.
oh, very nice. In that case, I laugh a little bit.
Because basically he pioneered the making people cringe while looking at you ability. But normally he would have pervert or something other disparaging come into your brain.
Right, so I'm going to stand up, not focus on the paladin, and say, hello, I guess you're a paladin? Am I guessing correctly?
Apparently the paladin wasn't listening straight away.
No, I was. No, yeah, yes, I am a paladin.
Could I ask your name? Sorry.
The paladin choked on breakfast.
Yeah, Paladin's currently eating at the moment.
What was your name?
Chauvel.
Chauvel.
Yours?
The name's Merv, or Mervin. I've got a note here for you
Okay.
from a god. And then I strike a pose, so I look important.
Well, give me a
I
charisma
knew it.
check on
I'm
that
like,
one.
that's
We'll see how
gonna
important that
require performance.
Oh,
or
no,
charisma.
performance. We'll do performance. Performance is
Oh,
perfect.
crap. Sorry.
15.
15. It could have been better, but you do this nice muscly sort of pose
Stay
showing
alive?
off all the different aspects of it, just as your horse flicks you in the face with his tail. And no flinch.
Oh, very nice.
You hold the pose right through the flints with whatever thought you have to get back at your horse as he just strolls past.
Chauvel takes the letter but looks at you very questionably.
Very impressed.
It has the holy symbol of Tubak the Lawbringer on it.
Oh.
Oh.
I did say it was from Krisha the Trickster after all.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I picked up on, because Tubak's Chauvel's god.
Does he have any
Yeah.
Sorry, does he have any symbols of his god on him at all?
Yep, matches the symbol on the
It's everywhere.
Yes, excellent. What was his god? Sorry.
Tubak the Lawbringer.
Sure.
So his tunic has a sun, his other tunic has a sun, his armor has a
My
sun,
plate has a sun.
his hat has a sun, his plate has a sun, his shield has a sun. I'm pretty
Sorry.
sure
At one stage, he was hiding that he was a paladin, and he spoke to his god while doing so, and his god said, "I'm not happy with this," and then cursed him to have that paladin thing.
Well, no, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So Chauvel did die,
Tubak
but at
the
the time
Lawbreaker?
he was part
rule
warlock.
Tubak
making-
the Lawbringer.
Lawbringer, sorry.
Yeah. I'm sure he breaks plenty of laws, but none he creates.
So Chauvel died a while ago. However, he was part warlock, so he was actually, as well as being the enforcer of Tubak, he was also stealing some of Tubak's power. However, when he died, Chauvel came forth saying, "Listen, I've been taking some of your power, and for that, I would like to rejoin my party." In response, he said, "Cool. You will now brandish my everything wherever you go, and if anyone looks at you, they will hear Paladin."
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
and hence the oh god, my eyes and glowing
Suns everywhere.
So-
Flaky.
So death is not the end as long as you can negotiate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It may be painful to live on, but it's not death.
This is why Zala's a failed raider.
When she died, she gave up her pride.
Oh, okay.
So she didn't get to change her stats, but she had to change her class.
I was going to say, it's kind of like having an invisible disability. You're still alive, but, you know.
And one of the
did you
characters
mention-
Go ahead.
who isn't here, I'm pretty sure we changed their race like 5 different
Oh,
times.
yeah.
In one session, yes.
And gender.
And gender, yes.
So the angsty bard I mentioned earlier,
Yeah, okay.
we're using teenage angst to cast his bardic abilities.
Did
I'm gonna say to you, it's good to meet another Tubak follower. I've come a long way to deliver
Someone's
this
on the
letter.
ball. Did you ever mention the Trickster God's name?
Grisha.
Grisha. Cool.
So that's Critia.
That works. I was going to write Grisha instead of Krisha, so...
I'd also like to ask, yes, hello, have you seen, this might be a long shot, but have you seen a cleric running around? I'm looking for a cleric. Apparently, they're around here somewhere.
Don't mention there used to be a ranger.
We have no clerics here, but we have a failed ranger.
I don't know how that crosses over with what I'm asking.
And I actually point to the cleric.
Josh, I almost spit out my coffee. You almost made me waste perfectly good, very expensive coffee.
I watched. It was funny.
Oh, sorry. That is
I deserve a
Shobal
bonus
language
point.
for yes, we have a cleric who has a very long-winded past, and I point to the cleric who's and provides like a half smile to the cleric.
Do I get a re-roll for
Very nice.
having that much self-control? No?
Sure.
Okay, really? Oh.
I'll take it away later.
He once gave me a +2 intelligence because of a t-shirt I was wearing, so I'm
very
not
nice.
surprised these days.
I'll start cracking out my D&D t-shirts again.
Well, I do have that one.
Or I love that me. It's like, I gave my characters the best gift of all. It's like, new character sheets. After you killed all of them.
Ouch.
Well, I don't kill the characters. I let the players do that.
No, that's true. But yes, I'd like to say, turn to the cleric and say hello. Do I know why I'm after this cleric?
You heard that your god's followers, well, the priest that you talk to and does all your services, really suggested that your god thought you should hang out with them for a while because it was going to help him out.
Yeah, okay. So I'll talk to the entire party and say, Tubak has sent me to help you all.
Because, of course, gods don't actually tell you what they want you to do. They make you figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sent me here, and now I have to help you in any way possible, I guess.
I guess.
They're not very clear, are they?
As long as some long people, we're good.
Every time I mention the name Tubak, I take a knee. Give it a little. Just to try and convince you that that's my god.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll teach you about Gorm later on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
By
yeah.
Gorm. No, by Gorm.
Yep.
Well,
I only talk about five times of me doing that in sessions.
That is not lack of enthusiasm you're getting.
So what was that, David?
Apologies, I didn't realise just how far out in the middle of nowhere I was.
That's
Really?
okay. Mm.
That's strange for you, because you're out in the middle of nowhere quite frequently.
Oh no, this is next level.
Oh.
Way next level.
Okay.
Do they even have roads where you are today?
Yeah.
That bad?
About half of my day has been spent on.
yes, that bad.
That bad, yes. Mm. We once gave his droid a stutter and voice failure because he kept dropping out.
Dedication, though.
Yes. So, Josh, how does Chauvel deal with the letter from his god? Her god.
Well,
I get that wrong.
you didn't know Merv, and he's getting more and more confused about his gestures towards Tubak, but
Oh, I want you to know as well, that letter you've opened, it's clearly been opened before and read.
well, I was about to say, I was like, it does have the symbol of his god, so he will open it, but be he's very questionable about it. He's like, why have I got this now?
So it has a lot of pontification in there. It seems to go on about something really important and great. And so you're reading page after page of basically just waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely complicated, long-winded waffle.
Do I?
It's an essay on Tupac.
No. Well, would I expect Tubak to write something this long-winded and this much waffling?
Depends. If you've committed some sort of infraction he wants to punish you for, he does. The Lawbringer has been known to, do the whole thou shalt pay for thou crime with very long-winded words.
No.
This is for all the people who stream Paladin do.
So, when I look at him and it says Paladin, if I look just briefly and look away, is it Paladin's a cutout or is it full Paladin every time?
You should look at the whole Paladin, but it's think into their head, and you sort of get this after image of Paladin if you look away quickly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like being punched in the brain.
Yeah.
Sort of like looking up at the sun, closing your eyes, and seeing that ghosting.
It is the most brilliant thing in the world. We can sneak nowhere.
Let's cover the paladin.
You can actually cover the Paladin as long as the Paladin's got a cloak covering everything. It
So-
doesn't go off.
Think of a budgie in a cage and then chucking a blanket over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you spend the next half hour or so going through reading it. Yes, David.
I'll introduce you to Corey Whisperfingers, the human rogue.
Does Corey arrive alongside Mervyn? Is it Whisperfingers?
Yep.
Corey Whisperfingers.
Yeah, because he's a rogue.
Very nice.
Who's more devious than the other?
I'm so devious I don't even have a last name. Or do I?
You're saving that until you're about to die. I have a last name.
My last name is also Whisperfingers. Oh.
So yes, would you like to describe Corey Whiskerfingers to everyone, David?
Have you already changed that into Whisperfingers?
It's Corey, K-O-R-O-I, Corey, not Corey, because too bad. Corey. So, Corey, it's Corey. Corey Whisperfingers is a relatively tall-blackhead, relatively lively, slim human. He's generally clad in brown leather armor and has a crossbow hanging off his back.
Is that an angry bow or an actual bow that is the winch sort of bow? We do have a crossbow that yells at people.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, no, I can't say I have a crossbow that winches people. It's a winch.
It's like a cutting words crossbow.
Yes.
So the second rogue looks like an actual rogue,
Yep.
whereas the first rogue is trying to pass off as a paladin.
Yeah, trying to
Oh,
pass
not as a paladin, just that I worship the same god.
Yeah.
I look like a rogue.
Worshipping.
So, Josh, I'll get you to make a religion roll as you're reading the scroll.
Okay.
Careful, Bob.
Yeah.
I'd offer to roll for you, but that would be a mistake.
No, she rolled.
That still works.
Don't.
What do you do when Becky's running?
Buy another one.
Yes.
It's lasted for a long time.
Don't drop your face. No.
Oh, yeah.
Only does it on the 20, and we'll do that about 1 in 3 or 4 rolls.
Lie down here.
Not because I try to do it, just because it keeps happening.
Mum,
Yep.
22.
22. Okay, by the
This
sounds
will be
of things, Tubak is very angry with you. You must have done something major to miff him.
Cheval's confused. Because as far as Cheval is aware, he hasn't done anything out of line with his god. Or her god, sorry.
Okay, so you continue reading through it,
Yeah.
and then the parchment just ends.
Out of nowhere.
It seemed to be halfway through a sentence and the parchment ends. He was so angry with you, he didn't actually finish the argument.
Cheval's even more confused.
Prayers are going to be had.
I lean over and say, gods, hey?
So I said, I can give you a message.
There's not more of it. Don't shoot the messenger.
Well,
So-
Corey might.
So, Martin.
I put a hand on Cheval before he does it and says, maybe you should take it outside.
No, I didn't. It's not gonna happen now.
Yep.
Like, Cheval at the first crack of the sun will have, usually when he prays, this two-pack rising.
And it's actually just after dawn, so this is the first crack of the sun.
Fuck! Okay, so,
I did mention that earlier.
Yeah.
okay, Oh, sorry.
Sunstone
So yeah, Chevale's gonna find a nice
Energy
quiet
drink.
place and praise be God and just go. I've received your message? Question mark.
Can I mimic him?
Yep.
Like, take
And you find a nice quiet spot next to Drazzle, then followed by Mervin. And apparently the three of you are just praying together. Not sure if you're praying to the same thing, but hey, you're praying together. Give me a religion roll for Chevelle.
Chevale, yep. Another 22.
Another 22. Okay, so after a moment, you find yourself in the presence of the sun god that you pray to. As he's looking at you, rather annoyed. What are you contacting me for? What trouble have you gotten yourself into? Sort of statement.
I have concerns about the message that you apparently have sent me.
He looks at you and says, "I have sent no message."
I showed him the parchment. I showed him the long-winded essay.
You have trouble showing it to him because it's not currently with you. You look down, you're not really wearing anything in the presence of your sun god.
That'd be funny if he thought it was written by himself.
Does he
He's
get
like,
coloured
oh, I
in his
remember
head?
that.
when he looks at himself.
It would be funny if he did, but does not.
I explained. Well, it's not that I explained what I received down on the earthly plane. But I explained that I received a message with your symbol that is a long-winded essay of apparently how I've done some wrongdoings. However, it at page, I'll say page 5, because it's not roughly.
Says, well, leave it in the sun, and he will examine it, and you'll have an answer for you later this day. And then you find yourself back in your body.
Okay, beautiful.
It's very much the equivalent of hangs up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, at least he didn't leave you on red.
Could have charged for the distances, long distance charge,
Yeah, long distance call.
international carrier fee.
The number you were calling. Yeah, no.
I'm apparently trying to contact Hawaii or something.
Well, could be worse. Your god could call you collect.
Yeah.
When Chevelle puts the note in the sun, I'd like to ask him, sorry, Chevelle, is it? What are you doing?
So Chevelle hasn't actually done that.
Yeah, okay.
So Chevelle's gonna backpocket the letter for now. But however, when eventually we get outside, he will attempt to show it to his
Yeah, okay. Got me, I was gonna burn it.
So instead of putting it in the sun, you put it in the dark side.
Yeah, perfect.
No mixed signals whatsoever.
No matter where Chevelle puts it, it's basically touching her god.
Yeah, the God of Darkness is just having a read of it.
Okay, so you do see the cleric Drazzle. He is about 7 feet tall. Most humans cap out about 5 feet. So most humans are between 4 and 5. We get the exceptional tall humans who get to 6 foot, and they're mainly the natives of this region, which you guys aren't.
Yeah.
Most of the horse lords are short. But when they're on the horse, they're taller than most people, so you don't need to be tall when you're on a horse. The horse can do that for you.
Oh, look. Fun. It's a horse lord on a horse. Actually being able to use their horse.
Yep, they do get their horse here, and they've ridden into combat very often. No spite intended. He's only played a barbarian horse lord for 70 odd sessions without fighting on horseback, with the horse speciality.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, but has he still been a massive badass even without them?
He has.
Yeah. The horse has full levels of barbarian.
Okay, and Drazzle is Dragonborn, a new race to the region. Origins unknown.
And Drazzle is Just the NPC?
He's the NPC chronicler who has a book,
right.
who doesn't help people very often, and will talk cryptically to people.
Yeah.
And he has a Clydesdale horse with a big wagon that is a single-seat wagon with a door on the back of the wagon that doesn't go anywhere.
So it's just a fake
Says
door.
suspiciously in the other party.
Well, the say you've got one of those carriages that has like a roof, a seat, and two wheels.
Yeah.
On the back of it is a big metal door.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, most people don't know what that's for yet.
Real fake doors.
Ah! I get it.
And his horse likes to turn its head 180 degrees, sometimes even 360.
Okay, I'm just going to write terrifying horse.
And it will scratch its forehead with its rear hoof.
Okay.
Very gymnastic.
Interesting. Can I have a quick look, like with the rest of the party? Do they also wear their god symbols out in the open?
So you will have Zal, who wears the symbol of Yamuta, the Yurt Dweller, as the Earth goddess.
Okay.
I think that's where I started to explain that's where my god symbol was when I started to explain what my dad is on my hip as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
Also, you probably also do realise that certain party members have a different symbol,
Oh yeah.
and that would be the symbol of the lost gods.
Alright. Don't hate me for this, but if your dad's on your hip, does that mean he's too hip to be square?
Well, he is round.
Around.
And you can't let him go because he keeps following everywhere she goes.
This is why I strapped him to because otherwise he would float behind me.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, I suppose.
Do the whole outline in light and sound. Your own theme music.
Have you ever thought about building him like a fake body?
No.
Yeah. And why would you have?
I'm sure you can come up with a actual body for it at some stage if you wish to. She is studying necromancy after all.
Oh. Just quietly.
Well, that's one way to have your own family.
Yeah. Okay. And necromancy's not really frowned upon. It's not an evil magic as such.
It's only frowned upon depending on what you use, because a lot of healing is necromancy.
Yeah. Okay.
So when healing is necromancy, you can't say healing's bad.
Yeah.
So there are the 5 main elements. You have the element of energy, which represents fire, which Tubak the Lawgiver is representing. You have the element of earth, which is called matter, which is represented by Yumurga.
Yeah.
You have the element of thought, which is associated with, element of air, which is associated with the sphere of thought.
Yeah.
And that is what creature is associated with.
Yeah. Okay.
You have
Trickster God.
Yeah, Trickster God. You have the sphere of time, which is associated with water. Which there's no major god for the Ethengarians associated with that. And there is a sphere of entropy, which is associated with the element of darkness as being an actual element, which is what keeps the other 4 elements from annihilating each other.
Yeah.
Because if
Wait, is someone an Ethengar?
yes, we have 3 Ethengarians in the party. Would you like to be an Ethengarian as well, David?
Great party. I love this party already.
So this was the Ethengarian party.
Oh, we journeyed together.
You're welcome to be an Ethengarian and be riding a horse at the same time.
Yeah, look over what you know.
Okay. So yes, you are the rogue Ethengarian pair.
Very nice.
Does this mean you actually want to take the Whisker Fingers name and be brothers?
Yeah, I'm down. As long as you'll have me.
I don't think he's got much of a
you
choice
don't
at the
choose
moment.
family. And if I didn't choose you, you're already.
I'm adopted, I thought. I took your name because you're such an inspiration.
Let's unadopt you.
What's his name? Whisper.
Whisker Fingers, I think.
Whisker?
You might have meant Whisper Fingers, but I heard it as Whisker.
Yeah.
Whisker.
I have a bad habit of...
Yeah.
Please can we have
Can we have Whisper and Whisper?
yeah, can we have Whisper and Whisper Fingers?
So, was it slightly related, but not fully?
Yeah.
Yes.
You choose which one you want to be. You created it.
I'm Whisper Fingers.
Alright, I'll be Whisker. Adopted into a family and given the wrong name.
Which is not unusual.
Does that make us the true figures?
You just need a thumb.
You can both give them the finger or give them the fingers.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, we're sharing a bit too much now, buddy. Wow.
So, I guess Chauvel now knows where you've heard the names of these two from. You have heard the stories of the fingers. They seem to get into everything.
I thought we were petty criminals now. Hey, give them the fingers.
That's a good one. That shows the charisma road. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so Chauvel just looks at these two, in quotation mark, family members. And
There was
goes,
absolutely nothing alike.
exactly.
So
I got
you're
it.
not tall, slim, and with dark hair.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to be shorter,
Yep.
a bit more stout, but dark hair still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Few things in
Well-
common.
Though they do come from a lot of people related to the element of Earth.
I see.
So, majority of the Ethengarians are Earth aligned.
Yeah.
So, lots of browns in their colorations and eyes and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Earthy colours.
Oh, good name my
You
horse.
look more like an autumn to me.
Stop it.
And you see one of the terrifying beasts of the steppes, the Axebeak, sitting nice and politely next to the draft horse.
So it looks terrifying.
You're used to the fact that these creatures are quite capable of annihilating small hunting parties who aren't careful. Because they are perfect ambush predators. They are the size of an ostrich or emu. And they have a beak yay big, which is what they get their name from, and it's strong enough to pierce armor.
Are they on the side of the large creature scale?
They are on the large screecher scale, yes, but you can ride an ostrich or an emu.
Upon seeing it, I'd like to say, in Tubak's name, what is that?
Zal calls his actually over.
And as you do that, I went, that there's a problem.
Yeah, it's coming closer.
Okay, it comes at you, feathers out everywhere,
Oh god.
chirping very excitedly,
Does it look threatening?
followed by a horse sounding
What's
angry.
What's your I bet you I can ride it.
I'm gonna take a couple steps
The
back.
chocobo or the horse?
I like to think Chocobo is coming towards Zal, but it's all like derpy-eyed, like eyes crossed outwards, and with a derpy grin on his face.
That's
Well-
pretty much how it acts.
Well, it is chirping quite happily as it's coming towards having been summoned, and the celestial mount is annoyed that he didn't get summoned, so it's coming anyway.
What's my mount doing? What does my horse look like? Is it scared?
Your horse is rather unconcerned.
No.
You're the one who's scared. It's like going, and just walks off to the side and drinks some water from the stream nearby.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be less concerned. My horse will be
I
concerned
think you
instead.
might have an apathetic horse.
He's the
Apathetic?
smart one.
Apathetic, yeah.
Hey, there might be a dragon coming
that's
towards them and still might shrug.
typical of most Ethengarian horses. They're either murder hobos or they're just super aloof and don't care.
I mean, Artemis is probably more interested in the newcomer horse more than being not being summoned by me.
Sorry, what were the rest of your names? Merv says, with his hand out.
Okay, we're all there.
Yeah, you're all there.
Oh, come on, Whisker. It doesn't matter. They're just people. They're probably going to die soon anyway.
But what about the funerals? We need to know their names for the eulogies.
I introduced myself.
I guess that's your department.
Well, you do have like 4 or 5 holy symbols around your neck.
Is there one for Tuvok? Is there like
Yep.
and the theme?
You just keep swapping between all the different gods
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
just like the front one is Tuvok at the moment.
And then when you open the shirt, there's probably about another 50 odd more.
Oh. Would you like to buy a god symbol?
Which one do you follow? All of them.
Well, as long as you know which god symbol to wave at the right time, you're fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm hiding the rest.
Wait, you're basically that Benny from the Mummy, where he's just hiding out all the holy symbols of the Mummy.
Yes.
Until he gets the phone to get to the
Yeah.
right one.
That's the picture I had in my mind.
Right down to the dirty teeth and the.
And you survive anything.
He doesn't really look shifty, but he probably he acts like it.
And being on the wrong side of the river.
And then you see that your horse has a slightly glowing larger horse staring down at it.
I'll walk over and be like, "Is everything all right, Shrug?" Which my horse is now named.
He shrugs.
So fair enough.
And you get this really big horse's head in your face that's glowing,
Oh god.
looking at you with a mean-looking expression on its face.
Ooh, I'm gonna say, what's this? It looks like a horse.
Right.
But it's
Whisker, I
great.
think it's going to eat you.
Going to eat me? Oh, is it? Hello, can I will talk to it again. Hello there, friendly horse.
Okay.
Please don't eat me.
Okay, it snap right in front of your nose with its teeth, and it turns around and walks off.
Thank you. I say. Oh, worrying.
I say Artemis. So I say to Artemis, I was like, that wasn't very nice, buddy. Come on. Like, why did you do that?
Artemis stops and looks at you with the "you should know" sort of look, and then goes and starts walking back off again.
I sighed deeply.
Say, so its name's Artemis, a beautiful creature. I see, looking at it, say, love me.
You remember sometime in your youth you were supposed to steal a horse by the name of Artemis, but it got away from you.
Oh. Okay, noted.
Wasn't glowing at the time.
I say, where did you get this?
Something about an unreliable brother not showing up to the ice because he was too busy getting drunk.
That would work.
I was late because I couldn't find my shoes.
Oh
Upon
no,
being.
not you. Ben.
Did he stop or cut out?
Both, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's my brother. Hates talking.
Maybe he wrote the scroll.
My Artemis got taken away when I was a child.
So what was that about Artemis?
This explains why Artemis was taken away from me when I was a child.
Unfortunately, it would if you knew about it.
Well, if I know about it, yes, but it also explains why my horse was taken away when I was a child. I never worked it out, though. And probably never will.
Unless, of course, you do speak with animals.
Which I generally do on a day or so basis, so you will see. We'll see what he says.
We've got a stable of horses, haven't we?
You do.
Martin, please never mention that spell ever again.
Poor David, he used it on a druid who was stuck in animal form.
That guy has not talked to anyone in a very long time.
Imagine an elf with an elven lifespan stuck as an owl.
Yeah.
For over 100 years.
To be honest, I'm surprised the owl did not teach itself to write.
Sounds like a hoot.
Well, it keeps showing
Hey, you're
up.
going to fit right in with the rest of the monsters here.
So yes, and you do have the axe beak preening itself in front of Zal, showing its feathers, giving Chauvel lots of eye.
Striking poses.
Apparently, he doesn't seem to care that you make Paladin appear in its head. It seems to be attracted to it.
Oh.
It's a bright
So
shining thing.
Paladin appears for Mervyn?
It does appear for Mervyn, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And the Axbeak doesn't seem to be worried by staring at the Paladin for long periods of time.
Are we talking Chauvel Paladin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll get myself turned around.
Which is quite amusing considering it is a murder hobo.
How clever is this bird?
Clever enough.
It depends. If you're its prey, far too clever.
Can I
If
walk
you're
over
its
to it
owner, not
gingerly with my
clever
hand
enough.
out, like, hello, I'm Mervyn.
Okay,
Take your arm off.
as you stick your arm out and they're saying you'll take your arm off, it's like, I think you're a bit missing from your arm as it's actually taking a chunk out of your hand.
Okay, I'll back off. Jesus.
Cleric.
Apparently it was being nice to you. Only dealing
It was
8 points of
shaking your
damage.
hand. It doesn't have hands. It's the same reason why dogs sniff and lick you. They don't have hands either.
When it's not being nice, it takes your leg.
Yeah, okay.
Why are you still alive?
You've still got the limb, right? Yeah, you're in good stead.
I say,
Yeah.
nice to meet you, I guess. In
Roy has a brave shot.
Yeah.
And then he, mashes the blood all over its feathers and preens more.
Oh, that's worrying. Can I wrap my arm in some kind of cloth?
I think it's a bit like a warrior, painting themselves up.
Zal will heal his new friend's injury.
No. He's a fellow shoeback worshipper. Chauvel slaps him on the arm. Yeah, so Chauvel slaps you on the arse and heals you for 8 points.
And so yes, you now have this nice little bite mark in your arm, nicely healed.
I'm affronted, but it felt nice.
Roy raises his eyebrow and wonders what the hell he's just gotten himself into.
And as Corey looks at the Chauvel, you have the word paladin seared into your brain each time you look in her direction. So
This is brilliant. I love this.
Yeah, sorry I didn't warn you.
You are cousins, If he was your brother, maybe.
Adopted cousin.
even then, it's like, can you stand here and look that way? Why?
Yeah, and I giggle.
That's what brothers do.
Your god would be happy with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of what's that?
Yeah, so-
that depends. If you take a weapon off someone as they're about to strike an enemy and they're suddenly weaponless, maybe not so much laughing on their side.
Or you could be as bad as some of them and you take a limb off and beat them with their own limb.
No,
Very much like Wookiees in
Is
Star
that
Wars.
trickster or is that more
Yeah,
just
that's-
scary?
not quite there yet.
I stole your arm. What?
Every
Huh?
20 or 30 seconds, Roy starts wincing. Why is it in my head? Why is that blood? What is going on? Why don't I stop looking at it?
I figured it out. If you don't look, you won't get it.
Yes, but why? Why is it a thing?
The impure,
You,
I'm
You
sure.
don't want to know the backstory of that.
No, I don't. I just want to stop.
I think it's a thing all paladins have.
Oh no, no,
This
it's
is now
not.
Paladin Wars. Whenever you see a Paladin, it'll scream Paladin.
Maybe it's only paladins of Tubak.
How many paladins are there right now?
Well, in this room, one.
Yeah.
So, with a poll of one of
I
one.
don't think that these are people that we want to be adventuring with.
Well, Tubak has told us to adventure with these people, so who are we to disagree? I say winking at you. Winking and saying shh.
I'm just here to keep you alive. Mother said I had to.
Your mother loves me more than you, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm the adopted one.
It's alright.
God, that'd be a kick in the
Yeah.
Oh, you're family fighting now.
Oh, thank you.
Is this going to become a slapping and hair pulling thing?
Quite possibly. And it might also be a who's got the best kill count thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, also,
It says,
Ariana, out of all of my characters that you know, do you really think that I would have a character that would slap and kick?
It would depend on what your motivations were and what you were trying to achieve.
Also,
Literally every one of my characters is a dick.
Sue was trying to say something.
So, Sue, what were you saying?
I wasn't sure if you could hear me. I was saying that Imni piped up and would say, when the other brother sort of said that mother made me, come and look after you, and she would pipe up and say, well, logically, then that means you have to stay alive to keep him alive.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yes,
backtracking a little bit.
I did
Yep.
say that the easiest way for you to stay alive would be to not hang around with a completely dysfunctional group of people.
We're not dysfunctional, how dare you?
Would you say that your partner is functional?
Mother always said, don't judge a book by its cover.
We're functional just in unorthodox ways.
So it's going to be puns and then wives sayings.
Yeah.
Then the Dragonborn holds up a book saying, Drazzle has book.
I say, Drazzle, is that your name? Nice to meet you. And I walk over with my hand out again.
Drazzle grabs your hand and then looks at it. Rather awkwardly, because he is quite tall.
Oh, can I shake? Or start to shake?
You can, but he doesn't seem to move much, so you're sort
He's
of
probably
doing...
more just examining it when you're flopping around trying not to fall over.
He's currently reading
Extract myself
He's
from
currently
him.
reading your fortune.
and then he pulls you in for a hug.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
a rather musty sort of
He's a
hug,
hugger.
but...
I'll give him a hug.
How long have you guys been dealing with Razzle?
A while.
Yeah, a long time.
Before everyone keeps
Yeah.
jumping in, I was going to say it a little while ago that when they're asking who we are, I would have introduced myself
Yep.
as Ravina Thala, Alfheim Tree Keeper Apprentice. You can call me Thala. Drazzle's a hugger, as you can tell.
I whispered to my brother, that's a lot of titles.
Yeah. Well, I'm ill.
Drazzle likes words, you hear from the Dragonborn.
Okay. What's your part in all this?
I'm here on behest of my friend Calcrix, the white dragon with the jazz wings, who had to leave her beloved group so that she could pursue a quest with the chauffeur, the emo goth
Disney princess.
Disney princess, who is #1 in the country, and I get a percentage of the distribution rate, so, it's not a bad deal.
They're opening up a Broadway show at the moment.
Yes, we did a trial run of the Broadway
I believe
show
it was
and
called
did
Why Me?
exceptionally well.
Maybe you're right, Corey. Maybe they aren't as
It's
functional as I first thought.
I don't know that we should be here.
I will then gesture to Imni and
As you say
this
that,
is-
you see the ship you came in sailing off.
Oh, well, too late. We're all in now.
So I gestured to Imni and said, this is a newly arrived member of our party, Imni, and then Imni can either introduce herself or not.
Maybe you'll introduce herself. She'll just say, hi, I'm Imni. Have you heard of Camdo?
Yeah.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior? Lord and
So,
Savior.
would you describe yourself, Imni, as a fangirl or a stalker?
I'd probably go more stalker than fangirl.
Yeah, no, I was leaning that way myself, but I was leaving it up to her, considering it's the label.
What did you ask me? If I can do something?
Camdo is the greatest ever.
Can do, can do.
Who's Cam Do?
Yeah, you've heard of the...
Did you
Your days and
really
nights are
just
going to be
ask
occupied now.
But the trolling thing you would ask in character.
Barbarian, and she has done so much. She has travelled all over, and she has saved her people over and over again.
Give me one
I want to
example.
be like Camdo.
Trevor's eyes just start glazing over.
Also, Chauvel's gonna get a napkin as Imni starts to drool over Camden.
I suggest this is a good idea.
Camdo, I think I've heard of
Yemi
them.
doesn't even notice. She just keeps talking about and glorifying Camden.
You could walk away at this point, and she won't notice.
I just want to say Camdo, right? That's that famous bard, right? He died not long ago.
No, Camden's the barbarian princess.
In her time frame.
She's the niece of the great Khan.
Oh, what makes him
Yes,
so great?
we heard word back from home that all of the Great Khan's family perished.
You're kind of not far off there. You're just talking in the future.
No, Camden would let that happen ever. She is so powerful.
I like your Camdo attitude.
She's going to save all the people. She's going to save all the people.
What's her symbol look like? Does she have a symbol?
That she died.
Her symbol is massacred bodies behind her,
She never dies.
including suitors.
Yeah.
She doesn't distinguish between suitor and enemy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how
We
come
can
she's so
only
famous.
question that is for her.
So
You told me to join this party, so here I am.
So you have heard of the infamous princess of the Great Khan who has killed more suitors than any other in history.
Yeah. Okay.
And yet she still desired to be a suitor because of her position of being the right hand of the Khan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has anyone mentioned, because these guys have asked why are we here and what are we doing, has anyone mentioned that we're here on Redrin's behalf and that we're investigating new cultures and religions?
I'm going to be skeptical.
No one has yet.
I mentioned that.
In which case, then, David, your character actually was hired as well by Redrin, just that you haven't been advertising it because, hey, you get paid for discretion.
Yeah,
I was never
I'm
told
just
about
here
discretion.
to keep my cousin, person, friend, thing guy alive.
The name's Mervyn. Or Merv for short.
Do you have that, the
You mean whiskers,
mustache
right?
thing going?
Yeah, just the handsome mustache though, the gentleman.
The gentleman one?
The wax
The
one.
very
nice
thin,
one.
curly one?
Yeah, very
Are
nice.
you serious? Because Roy has like a pointy moustache and a pointy goatee like the evil doer.
Perfect.
So you got the mustache, she's got the goatee.
Yeah, I'm leaning
Are
towards the
you two
handsome
wearing
something.
top hats and, do you tie
No.
people to train rails?
No, but they are in leather.
Yeah, no, we tie them to the grass and then ride over the horses.
Oh dear.
So yes, we now have a party of horse warriors all catching up and talking about the famous Camdo, at least one of them is, and everyone else listening. And not long after that, you hear the bells of the church nearby for them saying that they're going to start their morning mass. You've missed breakfast, by the way.
I will rush to attend morning mass because I figure if we're told to figure out what this group's about, attending morning mass will tell me a lot. So that's where I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of doing a Drazzle impression, writing everything down.
I'll follow, not quite so quickly after Phalar, to see what the mass is like.
Chauvel done his morning prayer, she doesn't care.
Yep. This is what we expect from Chauvel.
I'll stick with Chauvel.
Okay, so
You're not wrong there.
I'm trying to convince him I'm doing that, so.
From the sounds of things, you already have.
By the looks of you, at least 3 or 4 of you are outside as the rest of you head in to hear the sermons. What is Imni doing?
I think he's probably still talking about Camden.
Just alone.
She's telling all the horses.
Well, there is a horse here you haven't told yet.
She'll probably go and hang around the horses
what I'd like to think has happened is that everyone's gone, shit, we need to go to mass, and he's like, Cam do, wait, bitches, Cam do!
Can do is
No, the
best.
problem Karoi has is that he's not going to mass, and so he's staying brushing the horses, and all of a sudden he realizes that he's not alone.
He's there brushing the horses with him.
And the conversation about Camdu just has not stopped.
Is there a bucket
I
in
was
there?
actually going to
Is there?
Like where the horse is drinking from? I just want to wet my horse basically to get back at him for ruining the moment.
I try.
There is a bit of a lake of water here on top of the cliff.
Yeah, I'll go find something to fill up slightly, even if it's my hands. I'll be like, yeah, face.
Okay.
Take that feed.
As you do so, he gets into his face. He sort of stumbles a bit and makes really annoyed, unhappy sounds at you.
I say, that's for before. Don't ruin the moment.
I have a feeling that this horse is now making a mental note to make a point of ruining any future moments should they occur.
And next thing you notice, all the horses are looking at you.
I begin brushing him.
Yeah.
There's at least 6 horses just staring at you.
Yeah. We joke, old friend, don't we? I say no.
Depends on what old friend tells the other horses.
Yeah.
And then you notice the draft horse also turns to look at you, except his head's upside down and sort of on an odd angle.
Oh, just hide behind my horse.
Yeah, I'd be doing that too.
Okay, so yes, the rest of you
That's why I love you.
horses are pack
Okay.
animals. Never diss a pack animal.
Oh yes.
So yes, the rest of you rush into the sermons. There's about 20 odd people there as the priestess gets up to talk about the water and how water is life and everything changes with time, and goes on and on about how life evolves.
This is good stuff. I write down every single word from my tree.
And you realise it's a little bit derivative. You've probably heard this sermon the last time you were here. Nothing's really new. Seems like she keeps rehashing stuff.
If I've
You
got
heard it yesterday.
notes, I then check it against the notes that I wrote yesterday, and then I make a mental note that tomorrow morning I will actually go find something more interesting in my tree. And maybe breakfast.
Yeah, you just skip breakfast for this whole introduction.
I think realising that it's just repetitious, I won't be as offensive as walking out on it. But if I'm up the back and I can like shuffle into the shadows and slip out the door, I will attempt to do that.
Well, it's not like word of the day where it's sermon of the day. It's like sermon of the week.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. As I
But
said,
every day.
if I can slip out unnoticed, I do.
If you look at a lot of religions, they do preach the same thing every day for a while.
Yeah, I grew up in a church with
Is
Christianity.
Dressel note taking anywhere?
Dressel's not here today.
Okay.
He went there yesterday.
Yeah. Well, as I said, if I can slip out unobtrusively, I do, and then I'll look for Dressel.
He's sitting somewhere nearby where he can hear but doesn't have to participate.
Okay. I'd just rather be in anybody else's company if this is the same old stuff. I need new stories. Dressel's got books, right?
Yep,
Can I borrow any of the books off Dressel?
you do.
I borrow whatever books he gives me and I start reading them.
He lends you one about a water genasi and a nymph. What
Okay.
again?
Yep, alright. This is racy stuff, but I'm good.
Which is different characters from another night.
Yeah, okay.
I know who this is.
Amusingly, he was a PC in this group for a little while.
Yeah, okay.
This is from
And it was his favourite book too.
Duke and Covers group?
Duke and Covers group who moved to here.
Yeah.
And he was going to roll to see how much he hated the book, rolled a natural one and says, "It's my favourite book, this smut novel." Okay, so yes, what is, we've got the two looking after the horses, we've got the one trying to placate the horses, and what is Chauvel doing in that time? He's actually been left. She's actually been left alone for a little while here.
No. We were playing with a noisy book for the baby, so I saw an empty pause at half second.
No, that's okay.
All good.
Chauvel is actually catching up on breakfast.
Breakfast is gone. They actually ran out of food.
Do we have our own rations?
Chauvel cooks her own breakfast.
Yeah.
Dried rations. Okay, so you start munching on dried fruit.
Yep. Occasionally I'll just use produce flame just to warm it up ever so slightly.
Do you actually walk around with like a pack of marshmallows? Because that would be super cool. Just finger, toast your own marshmallow.
I imagine it'd probably be a bit warm, not so much cool.
How does lighting a fire go?
Toasty.
Like a water temple.
Well, they are opposites. and you do know that Chauvel is a true fire genasi, so actually can have flaming hair depending on how angry she is.
And David, as a side note, when I ran a help desk, we decided to start saying toasty just to see if anyone would notice instead of cool. And we did it for a whole week and nobody commented on the fact that we're sure, toasty, we'll get that done.
They'll accept anything as long as you're helping them.
Yeah.
So
We did Jeepers and a whole bunch of different
Going
ones.
back to the question, does Chauvel have marshmallows? Chauvel's hair starts to light up in anger because there was a certain dragon with jazz wings who would follow around Chauvel, toasting fried marshmallows wherever we went.
Where do you think Thala got the idea?
I really wish I was outside right now because I would totally get marshmallows out and do it if she started to get angry, just to follow on the tradition.
Let's just say there's a good likelihood that Thala has marshmallows with her coffee kit from Calgrex.
I'm sure they all do.
Yeah. She distributes them. She's well known now.
Yes. So you end up enjoying your dried rations that are slightly burnt.
Toasted muesli?
Burnt
Everybody
muesli.
pipes up for a second. You know, if you do want to warm them up, you should probably boil them in water. It's dried fruit. It's much more delicious than that.
I'm really surprised that Chauvel hasn't toasted Whisper Fingers. You gotta be careful, you'll get your fingers burnt.
And
Well, that's fine. I'm just trying to show you that dried fruit can be more delicious if you boil it.
Well, so that's actually what Chauvel's doing for breakfast. She's actually toasting like the dried fruit.
that's what I said. It came out slightly burnt.
Yeah.
So,
Chauvel's literally trying to create a recipe on toasting dried fruit.
Yeah, that's the way I like it.
This seems to be a pretty ordinary day so far.
Yeah. This sounds like this party.
yeah, this dried almond's on fire. That's exactly how I want it.
I'll lead you while they're flaming. So, as you're doing that, you can hear the kitchens preparing for the next meal in a couple of hours of some baked sort of fish. So you can smell the fish while you're eating your dried fruit.
Are we in an area together?
And around this time, the sermon finishes, and the others head out from the temple, having not really gained much insight into the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly sort of religion that they're trying to preach.
Our current goal is still the same, find out as much of this god as we can. I'm going to wander off to the kitchens and help them prepare for lunch and see what gossip I can pick up.
Okay.
So couldn't we just wander freely through this monastery, or that's the party?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm helping out making food and
And
contributing.
Roy's gonna join you.
Okay. Can we get into a fish slap fight later? I really want to do this in honour of Shofar.
I had no intention of getting cancelled. It seems like you're trying to get information, and I'm kind of challenging. I'm good at pitching.
He's really not.
No.
Okay, so as you come in there, you're greeted by 5 people preparing the food.
I offer to help.
They introduce themselves as Mystara and Auric, as well as Gorm, with an arm flex, for no reason whatsoever, I'm sure.
Lithana, Auric, and Gorm.
Herrick and Shandil.
Gorm, Herrick, and Shadnil.
Was actually Shadnil.
Shadnil.
Yes, but for some reason it comes out pronounced better a different way. And each of them.
Can we call Shadnil Shady just because you know?
Sure.
It's
And
real. So shady.
not so slim here, unfortunately.
Well, as long as she doesn't stand up, we're all good. We won't have any copyright infringements.
Yep.
And they asked, "What you doing here?"
I'm offering to help prepare lunch or whatever sort of help they might need. I'm pretty sure that in the kitchen, extra hands are always welcome.
Sure, they hand you onions.
Fine. I peel onions and I'm an elf. Do I even cry over these sorts of things?
It's up to you.
I'm not gonna cry.
No, just when a tree dies.
That's entirely different.
That's a sad occasion.
That's a tragedy.
So they point Corey to the pile of dirty dishes.
Yeah.
No, surely you need some more onions cut. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
They say, well, if you don't want to do that, you could always.
Okay, that's fine.
They got another job you could do if you don't want to do dishes.
Oh god, it's going to involve latrines, I'm sure of it.
I'm not cleaning latrines, but I will do your dishes. Get much entertainment out here.
Yes, we have people stop by and pray. That's very entertaining, they say, with a very stuttered look and sidelong glances.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
So I'm probably going to regret this, but I kind of want to try and move things along on the investigation side. Do I roll any sort of charm, charisma, or performance roll in trying to get friendly with these guys and get them to trust me?
Just wait.
While they're doing this, can I just go for a basically tour around it? Just have a look at anything out of place?
So they have a bathhouse. Looks like it probably
That's
needs
suspicious,
cleaning.
that is. People need cleaning. That's suspicious.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, you gotta go into each room.
Dirty people.
There might be a trapdoor in there somewhere.
And as you look in the bathhouse, you turn around. There is the axe beak looking over your shoulder, almost touching you, skin to skin.
You do not know enough history.
You turn around. It's just this big head right next to yours, with its mouth almost on your neck.
Oh god. I say, please don't eat me. We're friends, remember? Friends don't eat friends.
Then it bops you in the head with its beak and then moves off.
And then I run. Just anywhere else. It doesn't matter where.
Okay.
Mum,
Yeah.
just as a side note, like, if he runs, the axe beak is gonna chase. Like, just say.
It will, but
That's what I was thinking.
it rarely chases directly. It more comes out from the side.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, he will chase, but stealthily.
Yeah, he basically said, "I'm okay to play by running."
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Turns out I've never met an axe beak before.
Think great cat.
Yeah.
I've run from the great cat. Where'd it go?
Yeah, you run and look behind you, and it's and Coco is just gone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it's in front of me again.
Yeah, and you're running. You turn around, and there it is.
Yeah.
Standing just like that. All happy as if you've given it the best game ever as it tries to bite you.
And be like, listen, Axebeak, I don't know how smart you are, or if you can even understand me, but please don't do this to me. You're terrifying. And I'm very worried you're going to hurt me. I'm very weak.
And the more you say that, the more excited it sounds.
Oh, God. I think the people in the monastery want to play. I say.
Do you play dead?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't ever do that. I'll can I try and persuade it with like some rations or something?
Sure.
Oh, you should have had Josh say, please say dead, just because it's the hilarity of getting the aspect to chase people in the monastery.
I'm gonna put down some rations on the floor and step back and say, all yours. Now go play with those monastery people.
Okay, as you put down the rations, you feel a nip out of the back of your hand again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And another 8 points as it gets your other hand this time.
I say, ow! Stop it! I'm gonna stop the investigation and go find the owner of this fucking bird. And walk slowly, keeping an eye on it.
Every time you turn around, it's there.
Okay, good, but is it getting closer to me?
Always the same distance every time you look, no matter how many steps you take.
Thank God. At least it's not next to me anymore.
Right, so it's always, if you look at it, it's 2 meters away. You take a couple of steps, look, it's 2 meters away.
Yeah.
As if it looks as if it's never moved, but it's always the same distance from you.
How do you go find?
It's playing Stalk the
Why do you guys have a
human.
Looney Tunes character in your party?
Go find. Is it Zal?
It is
Zal. And be like, hello, Zal. Would you perhaps tell your bird to stop biting me and chasing me? It's terrifying. I don't love it.
Did you try and run away from my bird?
After it tried to bite me, yes.
Yeah, I explained the nuances of how to deal with Coco and hopefully he doesn't get bitten in the future.
Well, you know he only bites those he likes.
Yeah, I know. Did you try to feed him?
No.
How convincing was that robot?
Well, I probably say not very convincing at all.
Yeah, I didn't try to hide it.
Okay. I kind of put my hand up to my face, like face palm, and go, oh god, you've done it now.
And you see Chocobo start doing a happy dance right behind Merv.
With the accompanying yelling in the background.
I've got an admirer. This isn't great. What was his name again? The Axby?
Chocobo.
Chocobo. I say, Chocobo, you and me will be fast friends if you don't kill me first.
He headbutts you.
I see you finally got a girlfriend. It's about time.
She looks just like mother. Yeah, I don't know. I just spent some time hanging out with this bird, trying to get on its good side, trying out the
I think he's just becoming a new March.
It's not the fact that you're not on his good side, you are now his best friend.
You're my friend.
You're my friend.
Oh god. Alright, well, let's just lead into this.
Well, his previous friend was the Disney princess who would sing animals to the party, which would eat with their massacre and eat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So imagine how...
I heard about this.
Yeah. So you can imagine like the Snow White singing in the forest,
Yeah.
and as the birds are coming in, there's this predator
Yeah,
munching on them all as they come through, and she'd do it every morning.
Oh, you're fucking... Chocobo, come on, let's go investigate more, I say, back into the keep. With my new companion.
Well, at least you can guarantee that very few people are going to say no to you.
Yeah, that's
Well, you've got a murder hobo behind you.
That's true. I wish I talked to it, I guess, from now on. Okay, first. Chocobo, have you seen anything out of the ordinary in the monastery?
It keeps staring. Every time you say that, it stares at the draft horse.
Fair enough. You got me there. But I'm all met inside the monastery.
Is anybody else thinking like a giant version of the dumb chicken from Moana?
No.
There have been times it's been like that.
It'd be more
But
terrifying if it was dumb.
That was more its brother, which he'd ate.
Like, if it was stupid, it'd be more terrifying, because it would just be like, oh, well, we're all gonna die.
That they did rescue two. One was thought to be friendly, and one was not. Guess which one survived?
Yeah.
So, yes, you're having a look around the places and having some stuff. David, you're in the kitchen cleaning up a storm.
Yes, Kuroi's going to use his performance and do a little Nike showy thingy just to make them happy and distract them. While,
He's making it a High School Musical scene in the kitchen.
That is fine.
We're all in this together.
Sydney is nowhere near them.
Also, him and I will be right back. He's going to feed me out.
That's all good. So, David, I'm wondering if you should take Bard as part of your character class.
You know, I'm thinking about this rewrite. Like, I haven't finalised it. I'm thinking about running a bard instead of a rogue.
Bard will work perfectly fine. So you're now the Bard.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, you're in there. You're being very inspiring. What do you have a dice roll, or do you need someone to roll for you?
Yes.
Well, for someone to roll for you, I got a 13.
Sorry.
If you want someone to roll for you, I got a 13.
Yeah, I'll take that. I now don't know what my performance would be. Can you, let's go.
It would most likely be plus 6 to plus 7, so it's... So I would say it'd most likely be plus 7 at this stage. We'll figure it out later.
Sorry, just give me a couple minutes to concentrate for a second.
All good. So he does this wonderful rendition in the kitchens, getting everyone singing along to his musical knife performance. Which I'm sure you're used to, as you can hear it echoing through the halls as you're exploring.
Yeah, every time. Every time he's in the kitchen.
And the Chocobo is tapping the wall along to the music as he's going. He likes music.
Oh. Can I say this Chocobo as well? Chocobo! Do you like to play tricks on people by chance?
It looks at your legs.
And I say, not violent tricks, more harmless, little pranks.
It looks very disappointed.
That's a no then, I'm sorry. Maybe we can play a prank on someone, one of your pranks, at a later date.
This sounds interesting. Do you mind if I give you the CK one?
That's fine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, can I roll like an investigation for just... Basically, I just want to see if there's any like hidden entries or exits in any of the rooms, any hatches that...
You mean investigation roll as you're looking around?
Investigation's good, plus 7. What's that? 4. 23.
Having a look around, you do notice that there is some areas where they've got guards that won't let people through.
Yeah, okay. Can I walk up to just one of the guards?
Yep.
Ask him. Like, hello, friends.
Hello, stranger, he says.
Fair enough. I say, what's behind these doors? I'm just a bit curious. I've toured the whole place, and this is the only room locked. Or is there a couple of them?
Well, you're not really sure how many there are, but there are areas deeper into the complex that are closed off. And so these are the Abbot's personal quarters.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. What does it take to get a meeting with the Abbot?
Well, show up at lunchtime. In time for his welcoming address to those who get free food.
Oh, okay.
Just for your player knowledge, we have talked to the Abbot, but they pretty much stuck to the party line of we are an innocent cult that worships waves.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cult whose evil says what? No, I'll just note down where it is and leave. Go back. Head back to the party.
Mm-hmm. With your shadow clicking along behind you.
Yeah, of course.
Tap,
They
tap, tap, tap.
worship waves?
Crashing waves. Not just waves, they're crashing waves.
Mm.
It's crashing, not crashing.
Crushing.
Oh, sorry. No, it's crushing waves.
Can I try and teach this bird to whistle?
Oh my goodness, that's going to be funny.
You could, except he's not very good at making sounds like that.
Yeah.
But
He's good at making other people scream, though.
Oh, alright.
you could teach him how to whistle by biting
he's very
people
good
at
at
various...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
can...
actually his primary form of communication. He can make people scream in certain ways.
Oh, yeah.
Different tones per bite. Harder
Chocobo.
bite, higher tone.
How are you
Lots
doing
of
today? He like latches onto a victim. I'm good! Yeah!
Oh, clean kill. He must be happy.
Oh, it's going to take some getting used to. I know.
Hey, when you show just how bad a murder hobo is in the party, they're going, yeah, that's not us.
Yeah, I'm glad he's on our side. I think.
Well, he has saved him quite a few times.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
He has his perchance for killing goblins.
Oh.
Yep, and when we're surrounded by them, we somehow sleep very safely and then find ourselves surrounded in dead goblin.
Normally the legs of the goblin.
We were camping once, there was like 7 or 8 of them trying to creep up on us. They didn't get anywhere near.
It's not everyone sleeping around goblin legs. It's Zal sleeping surrounded by goblin legs.
Okay,
Always returns it to its mummy.
so the person that you really want to get close to in that case is probably Zal. But from looks of things, Chocobo likes you.
Yeah, good start, I guess.
You taste nice.
You taste nice.
Yeah. Get to the point where I'm
Does
almost
that
sold.
I pity your poor character.
I was going to say, does that mean he's going to leave him till last? Because you always leave the nicest bit so you can relish it.
Well, he probably won't let the nice food out of its sight for very long.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna start wearing like bits of other people on me. Biting them off.
Why have I got a picture of, the woman who wore the meat suit?
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't say it was an attractive fashion choice, just that's what I thought of.
Well, at least then you'll be saying nice to meet you.
Keep an eye out for like some oil that makes me stink or something. Or taste bad.
So
That would
seasoning
probably
oil.
be more effective.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, you go, I'm getting this oil that really makes me smell bad, and you're going, smells like something's cooking.
Yeah.
And you realise, no, that's full of herbs and spices.
Yeah. Note to self: taste the cooking first. Get the chocolate to taste it. Make sure it doesn't like it.
And then you realise that your god is the trickster god.
Yeah, that's true.
KFR.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out how what's the word? Psychotic the god can be.
As long as you don't feed him coffee every day for a week, he won't be too psychotic.
No, I meant more of a god of tricks.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you lost all your limbs. It's just a prank, bro.
You're in the right party, to be honest.
No, you should be Pathfinder Tuesdays.
Loki is one of the gods of the region here, and he does like those jokes.
Yeah.
I think he would also suit well with Friday's Pathfinder too.
Any of the Pathfinder groups,
Any
really.
Pathfinder.
It is horror-based fantasy.
Pathfinder just being absolute nightmare fuel.
It's
Because-
horror-based fantasy.
Because we concentrated on the fact that it was horror-based fantasy, and we decided we would ramp it up. And me ramping up horror is not something I do very often.
Different types of nightmares. My nightmares.
I'm tempted to ask you about your nightmares, but I suspect this is not the forum.
Yeah, go back to the episode where Bella shares his nightmares with Mark.
That was funny. I absolutely loved that episode.
Yeah.
In one of the sessions, sex-filled dreams shared.
Oh.
But nightmarish sex-filled dreams.
Mhm.
And the other one thought it was instructional.
So, someone with a
And,
really
yeah,
big moustache
that was
asked you to
actually-
wash their
That was
pond.
the inception
Oh.
of the Temple of Lust.
So, are we still split off in different places? Am I still in the kitchen?
We're still in the kitchen. You just had a beautiful rendition of a sing-along with a knife show at the same time.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll head to the kitchen with the chocobo.
It's more entertaining.
See my best. See my
And I will
best.
see if there's anything I can be like, here, taste this chocobo. Like, taste this oil. Taste this oil. It's like, oh, you don't like it?
That one shouldn't be buried. That was
So
really well done,
everything you
David.
ask it to taste, it just looks at you until you put it on your arm, and then it looks like it's happy to taste it.
No. Can I put it on someone else's arm?
You can. It just glances in their direction, and then looks back at you expectantly.
You sure he doesn't pick it up off them, put it on his arm, and then try it?
No, it's enjoying its game.
No, that's true.
Follow the meal.
David, for the appreciation of the rest of the group, could you please repeat your little ditty?
See my desk, it's made from pure gorilla chest. No,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I felt it all to be appreciated. It's very
Ah, it's okay.
Pathfinder.
I'll be honest, this is 90% of what I don't say is probably infinitely more funny, but infinitely more inappropriate.
Mm.
Fair enough. Does the song set the chocobo off at all?
It's looking around for food.
He's in the kitchen.
Looking
It's
around
always
for live
looking
food.
for food.
He's in the kitchen. There's like 7 of us here, right?
Yeah, but every time it's had someone sing previously, it's had little rodents come in where it could just snack on and swallow
yeah,
whole.
of course. Chauffeur.
It does look disappointed with the singing.
Oh, poor thing.
No free food with the singing.
It's still keeping silent though, isn't it? Very much so.
Are the other group experienced as well? Is that what's happening?
Okay, so Zal, last you remember your chocobo went off after its new friend.
At least you don't have to place 2 animals now.
Isn't
Sorry,
it?
I only just got the end of that because I just came back. Sorry,
Well,
what's happening?
oh good. Last you saw, your chocobo has found a new friend.
Yep.
Yeah, we went off to the
That I
kitchen.
knew.
And it keeps following me around unlike he does most people. So, there's a good chance you'll survive the night.
That's good. At least I don't have to worry about our new friend.
Morning's a completely different thing.
Horoy might need to worry though.
Is there any like live fish in this kitchen?
No, there's quite a few dead fish with guts everywhere. They're basically got them cooking in ovens.
Yeah. Okay.
Does the XP eat fish?
He does, but he likes them still moving.
Well, I presume that there's some that might be alive somewhere. They fish them fresh, I'm guessing.
They brought them up from the ship that came in.
Ah, I see. Yep, no problem.
Can I turn to one of the cooks or the temple people or whatever, and be like, excuse me, would you mind feeding some fish to my friend here?
They're not alive.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I just want him to feed him.
He goes,
So
He
he
won't
don't
eat
lick
them,
maybe.
but
he
yeah.
goes, sure. Pulls out a what appears to be a fish in one of their baskets nearby and hands it to you, and then walks away.
Oh, I won't let him hand it to me though. I'll be like, can you just put it on the ground? Like,
He says, no food on the ground here. I don't want to clean up. You take it outside of your boat.
I said, no, you keep it.
Throws it towards you.
So
Oh, I'm just gonna get out of the way. Then.
my primary purpose being here is gossip. Am I able to endear myself to any of these people?
Give me a charm roll. I'll give you advantage because of the wonderful song.
As he throws it at me, I dodge it, and it's not allowed to hit the floor. What happens when it hits the floor?
Then
Right, so
they're
you
gonna
know
have to
that
clean it up.
re-roll you gave me earlier today?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm calling that one in.
Sure.
You go and dodge now.
We'll see if we can get another one. 20 or a 1?
20! I went from a 1 to a 20! Oh my god, that's awesome!
So aren't you glad you asked for a reroll?
He gets to stay out of dice jail. That betters the time when I rolled my first 20 on the floor and you wouldn't let me have it.
Well, the rule is if it falls out of the dice thing, it.
Well, I just joined the groups, so everyone's making these jokes about being the GM's wife, and I'm like, I did not get the 20 on the floor. There's no benefit here. Yeah, so I rolled a 20, so I'm guessing I get somewhere?
You do. You find out from Latham and Oric that they're both slaves here.
Ooh.
Held captive by the abbot.
I
But
can-
Gorm, Herrick, and Shadnil are a little too dumb to actually know what's going on and have signed on pretty much to work here indefinitely without pay.
Okay, so they're slaves, but they don't know it's therefore they're happy.
Well, they're quite happy with their role in life in serving others.
I asked them a bit about their lives before they got here. Like, where did these people find you? And you know, do you come from these lands, or do you come from their lands, or...?
They came from the coastal villages and were picked up by a raiding party.
Oh, okay.
And sold here.
Okay, so they were picked up by pirates and then sold on to the
a monastery.
abbey? Yeah, the monastery. And do this monastery know that you don't want to be here?
They also mentioned that the other three work with the guards of the monastery, so you shouldn't talk too loudly around them.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't be. Because even idiots can repeat what you say. So, in fact, they usually do. Just to make themselves seem intelligent. So, yeah, I'd probably try and sidle off and keep my voice low.
And then there's this splatter of fish everywhere as the axebeak slices it in many pieces with its claw midair.
I see.
And everyone's covered in fish.
Yay.
It then turns and looks at Merv, who's got fish on him.
Oh, fuck.
And chirps very excitedly.
Oh, goody, I say.
I gather we'll move off to clean ourselves off. Can I use that to try and keep these two away from the other three so that I can ask them more questions about...
You can.
Are there a lot of slaves here? Do they know that?
Mum,
Yep.
can at like that point I walk into the kitchen to find out where the hell my axe beak's gone?
Okay.
He seems slice fish over everyone and prestidigitate people clean before he decides to eat them.
Okay, so you walk in just at the sound of your excited bird in the kitchen and realise he's about to pounce on something. And go, yep. He's about to pounce on the new worshipper of Tubak
I had to memorialise it.
because he's covered in fish guts.
Ooh, but also funny.
I then grab another fish and walk out and hope that Choco follows.
Chocobo happily follows, herding Merv along with him.
He's got his wing around your
Yeah, there's
shoulders.
only one way out of this. I say. When we get outside, can I go talk to Artemis?
You can.
And give him compliments and say, do you mind if I pat you, you beautiful creature? Look at you, you're amazing.
He starts preening. He seems to understand you perfectly.
Oh, good. I'll just start giving him a pat. Do you mind if I give you a brush?
He bends down and gets the brush for you.
Perfect. I'll just spend my time with him, hoping this bird is a bit more uncomfortable around him.
And you can sort of see the chocobo twitching behind you as it's staring at you. Before it was looking at you with this, nice sort of thing. Now it's having this hate stare on you.
You may not be able to sleep alone now.
Yeah, under the horse.
I don't know if that'll save you, but
We'll see.
depend on how the axe beat rolls on the night.
I mean, gotta do something, right?
So,
Anyway.
Em, you notice your Axbeak sort of turn and look at Merv as Merv's interacting with Artemis, as if Merv's a goblin.
I go up to Merv and I just go, my friend, you really don't want to get in between these two and their rivalry. It's not going to end well. You're already Chocobo's new friend. You really don't want to undo that.
So I'm a bit confused here, sorry, with your bird. So he's going to eat me if I'm his friend, but if I'm not his friend, he's also going to eat me.
Yes.
He's going to eat you while leaving you still alive.
So
I think it's the
He's going to make it
point.
more painful if he's not your friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slower.
He will give me your leg instead of just, taking tiny chunks out of your hand because you fed him.
how do I stop this murderous bird from murdering me?
Friends?
You would like to know too.
I've been trying to work that out for, 10 years now?
Alright, I'll walk away from Artemis then.
Artemis follows you.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both going. Look, at least you're going to have more time, Zal, to do Zal stuff. Because now they've got someone else to fight over.
Yeah, I'll sit them both. What is your problem, guys? I notice a bit of enmity here.
Counselling.
Explain to me what's going on.
And they're sort of eyeing you with each other and, squaring off around you.
Yeah, you're both magnificent
Can I
creatures.
cast speak with animals on other people, or is it a self spell?
I believe it's a self spell.
Okay.
You could translate for me.
He's just checking.
That's easy. I do have all those spells up here. I should have.
Yeah, time to do some therapy.
Because I also don't have that ring anymore, because I think I gave that
Because
to
they're
Calcrix.
animals, you could go
You
with
did.
the splatter pictures.
And unless Calcrix gave it back on before she left.
She did not get round to doing so.
What's this, the ring?
Yep.
No, because I didn't see you guys before I left.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It is cast on yourself.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm gonna try and placate both of them into not following our new friend around like the lost puppy he is.
Okay, so you hear a lot of swear words coming from your chocobo, as it's saying a lot of undignified things to Artemis.
Who taught the chocobo swear words?
That would be the Disney druid.
Yep. Miss Emo.
Yep. Taught it many words. And Artemis just seems to be cajoling and sniping at Chocobo with words. Basically egging each other on.
So they're trash talking.
Yep.
Alright,
This is my
listen,
human.
who wants to go out for a hunt in this forest?
They both look at you and say, are we hunting human here?
No.
Chocobo looks very disappointed. Artemis doesn't mind.
No. Remember Chocobo, we don't eat party members. I think you've forgotten that.
Oh, he wasn't intending to eat.
We also don't hunt party members.
Or chew on them in any capacity.
Okay, the occasional nip is alright, but he brought it on himself. That's fine.
I beg to differ, I say.
I believe you've just been thrown into the creek and
Yeah.
left to drown.
Your character doesn't hear any of this. All you hear is
Yeah,
talking
about
You're hearing
it.
nay, nay, nay. Click, 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 nay, nay, click, click, click,
Yeah.
nay. And then they all look at you expectantly.
And I smile.
While stepping back.
Hello, party.
And then I'm sure you hear Chauvel show up and going, hunt? I can do a hunt.
Hunt?
I promised Artemis and Chocobo a hunt in the forest
I think
today.
there might be a bit of cabin fever.
Sure. Any place to get me out of this water-infested town?
Should I come with in this hunt?
It depends. Where do you want to be in this friendship level with these animals?
Yeah. I don't want to be
Do
eaten.
you want to continue being axe big fodder or horse fodder?
The horse suggests that we send or Artemis suggests that we send Merv along ahead to entice the idiot bird of yours to work harder.
Bait.
Yeah, wonderful.
You just hear Zal chuckle and go, well, I love that idea.
Chocobo nods enthusiastically to that idea as well.
Oh my god.
You may need a new character already.
That's right, I've got the other one to fall back on.
I say to our friend, I think you might need to sit this one out just so, I can get this out of them a little bit before coming home today.
I say, no worries. I just wanted to know what the best option was to not be eaten. I can't beat these birds or magical horses. I run over to my horse and hug him. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
He just shrugs.
I was going to say, does he just sigh with forbearance? It's like, yeah.
He knows he's the best horse around. He may not be the biggest, the brightest, but he's the best.
He is the
I was
best.
going to say, does he
Damn
polish
right.
his hooves on his chest? You know.
Mum, would I know enough about these forests to know if there would be any, like, game or anything? That we
Yep,
could
there's
hunt?
trolls.
I was going to say, you're a failed ranger. You know nothing.
Yeah.
You all heard about the trolls. Yeah, and you do hear a troll nearby saying failed ranger.
Oh my god.
It's spreading.
Except you have no idea who said that. You're looking around, there was just this little mouth going past.
It's Chauvel casting some sort of spell.
Yeah, does anyone else hear that?
It's funny because the paladin doesn't have the spell to do that.
Ow.
No, it probably Artemis shit stirring the mice in the stables.
Artemis can speak Celestial,
Yeah, right.
which is the only language you can speak. What do you understand Ethengarian? Perfectly.
One day I'm going to give you a bed to say failed ranger.
He probably has.
Probably.
Just images of a failed ranger.
Oh.
Yeah, no. He probably replays my death.
With great power comes a failed ranger.
I do remember the scene. Pulls out a dagger, jumps across a river, attacks a flipping fish on the side of the beside the river that's by itself out of the water, and then gets eaten by the stump next to it.
So what are we thinking about that?
It's always a mimic.
It was a roper, actually.
Roper.
But ropers are very much like mimics.
I was going to say,
Had a little because it has vines sort of like limbs. It had a little limb stuck in the fish, flipping it around.
Oh,
yeah.
And so Zal jumps over the river and stabs it and looks up at everyone as the tree beside it opens up and killed her.
But that's really fitting in terms of, you know, the carnivorous plant connection.
Yeah.
Josh wouldn't stop laughing for about half an hour, I think.
I just found it so silly that the ranger decided to whip out a dagger and stab something.
I just got this shiny new dagger that I wanted to try out.
Try out, you did?
Yeah.
Didn't work so well.
No.
No.
So how
No.
many people gone on the hunt?
So, who is Zal taking on the hunt with her?
You're all back here.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm with my
apparently
two new mates.
Paladin.
Sure.
Drizzle looks up and
hunt. I would love to go on a hunt.
Drizzle looks up and says, "Drizzle, not go."
I suggest our friend who's staying behind go sit with Drowsy.
What about Imni? Imni's a ranger.
Imni's a ranger.
Okay, yeah. I imagine Imni might be helpful. Considering
so.
your other choice is a failed ranger. Sue might be distracted because she's babysitting. Unless she's dropped off.
No, I'm coming.
That's okay. Grandkids get priority over game.
That's okay. We can hear it coming with the sound of a truck. Just get to tease David like that occasionally.
Yeah.
Don't worry, David. I'm just teasing you.
Loading of the Canby lecture we're gonna get on this farm.
Yeah, but
Hey,
you see, if she's lecturing you while you go on the hunt, she's not in the kitchen with us. Why do you think I make these suggestions?
No, she'd rather be out on the hunt.
Yes. So you get your horses together. You start getting up ready to hunt some trolls.
Nice.
Oh, this is going to work out well.
I'll go sit with Drazzle and have a nice long talk.
He looks at you and pats you on top of the head.
I know, my friend. I know.
As we start heading out, so, what are we hunting? Deer? Foxes?
Lol just casually says troll.
Trolls? What?
And then you hear the boom as the monastery doors close behind you.
Yeah, I was going to say the doors shut loudly behind. That is just.
I knew you were morons before, but now I'm sure. Trolls.
I don't know. If the trolls are giving the monastery trouble, it might actually put us in good favour with them.
Well, then why did we leave the others behind?
Well, I'm a druid. I'm not exactly helpful on a hunt.
Yes. This hunt's to not hunt me, so I can't be on it.
I've paired up with idiots.
Note how I've stayed behind.
The best thing was,
You're the one hunting trolls, so who's the idiot now?
The famous four, they went off hunting trolls.
yep.
Yes, Koroi starts composing a song about no, I can't use that word.
To be fair, Chauvel being Chauvel, if she really wanted to hunt trolls, she could just burn the whole forest down.
In the meantime, I'm gonna set my axe beak out as scout
Mm-hmm.
and hop on Artemis.
Okay. Chocobo runs off very fast and showing off Artemis by the fact that Chocobo can use the trees.
Chocobo's still flightless though, so I gather it's just
Can
a
jump.
Jumping momentum thing. That doesn't horrify me at all.
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
Bird parkour.
It's just horrifying.
That's really worthwhile.
But it's the sort of thing that goes straight through a forest and you're going, but most people can't go through there. It's just bouncing along happily.
Just like this,
If you haven't been told before, Drowsel probably is like, don't look up when you go to the toilet, and then that's all Drowsel says for the day.
You're what our vet would describe Chocobo as being very food motivated.
Yep.
Hey guys, my goddess sent me to send with you. Oh god, what are those things? Maybe this was the joke.
Hey, trickster god, you're not sure if you're playing the trick or the trick's on you.
That's true.
Sometimes it's both.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if a trickster god can pull off both, they usually want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so yes, you go hunting trolls today, off in with the more midday sun overhead, as the others hear this. Yep.
Just as we left, as well as the doors closed, I dropped the note so my god can read it.
Okay. Inside the abbey or outside the abbey?
I reckon Chauvel would have just remembered as we would have left the gates.
Okay. So inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay. Less likely to be burned outside.
Yeah. Less likely to be picked up by some water heathens.
Where did the note go? I don't know. It just.
I was going to say, would the water heathens actually burn the note, or would they like just?
No, it was me.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yes, yeah, all right, I get that.
Okay. As you go to head off, I will give you a perception roll.
I'm so glad I'm not doing this right now.
Me too.
Oh, don't worry, he'll get to me later, but, you know, right now I'm happy.
Alright.
So anyone else notice that parties always end up being like a group of buffoons who are like really effective though?
Mm. Yeah, that would describe as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know what we're doing, but we
if
kill
you
them.
myth, you know, any one of them, you seriously myth them, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you are describing literally every party I've been involved in that Martin has run.
It's not just Martin's party; it's every party in D&D.
Well, sometimes you get the mechanical roll. I get this.
Yeah.
My dice says this,
Um,
and you find that it get boring very quickly.
if I shove my left boot in your way, can you undo it? I can do the other one by itself.
Well, like in a different campaign I'm playing at the moment, we're
Thank you.
in this like elven city, and we're like trying to like figure out how to kill this monster that's beyond us. And then in some prophecy somewhere, someone mentions that maybe in the future there'll be bread for 1 gold. And then, lo and behold, the rest of the game is about the bread. Yeah, the GM's just like, oh, I'm not putting things in like that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I put things like that in all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes the players do it.
Well, I mean, we've got 2 other campaigns which are like a bit like very like joke, whatever. And he's like, we'll run a serious one. Like, bread? I'd love to buy bread.
So what did you get, Josh?
Chevelle found trees.
There's plenty of trees. I got 4.
You got 4, yep.
Plenty of trees.
So what did Zal get?
14.
What did David get? Unless you'd like me to roll for you, David.
Yeah, if you could roll for me, I've just stopped, so I'm going to do a quick creation.
So you got a 17 on your perception roll on the dice.
Jeez, that.
You know how my dice roll when I roll them.
Yeah, always yes.
Okay, so you all notice Tubac put, you notice that Chevelle put the scroll of Tubac down and turns around. And as he does, the writing sort of changes into the symbol of a grinning face and then just fades away.
Okay.
Symbol of Krisha, the trickster god. Of your religion.
So Zal picks it up, but Chauvel doesn't.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You're in trouble, Chauvel.
It's got that usual suspect moment as I'm walking with a limp. Hey guys.
And it normally happens that way. The person who it's meant to know doesn't find out anything that's happened. The rest of the party going,
Unless
"Oh,
Chauvel...
not important. We'll worry about that later." And then it's like, "Where'd
No,
it go?"
yeah, because it's funny, because basically what happened is that Chauvel basically tossed it out of their pocket and going, oh, what lovely, lovely trees are around.
And Zal's like, I see that, but I'm not going to tell Chauvel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was weird, but unimportant.
Oh, no, it's more like Zal to go, that's important, but I'm still not telling Chauvel.
Yeah, I'm still not telling.
Yeah. Pretty much it's just like, oh, that's interesting.
How about
That's very
Imni?
interesting.
How did Imni go with her perception roll?
Yes, I would have. Yeah.
That's me in container.
I would have known what the vote
Do
is.
you want anything else?
I could do something else.
I'm gonna keep that one for later.
Did I get a fruit pack?
Oh, yeah. Yogurt or fruit?
No, the fruit. Yep. So how did Imni go, Sue?
I'm rolling. Am I sorry? I was talking to my daughter on the phone.
Perception.
All good. Please
Missed.
give me a perception roll. I see if you notice something weird happening.
I don't know what my perception. I'll roll a roll, but I don't know what my perception score is.
As a ranger, I'd say you'd have probably +6.
Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't
Roll.
sneeze at that.
5 plus 6, 11.
Yeah, the trees are good, you comment to Chauvel.
Who says you can't do anything with numb hands?
Plenty of trees.
Yes, I was angling for praise and points.
Thank you very much.
Not a reroll. though.
So yes, you have. So, for your information, Sue, what you didn't notice was that Chauvel put the scroll of Tubac on the ground, turned around, and the symbol changed to that of Krisha, the trickster god, and then the scroll disappeared without Chauvel even noticing.
Oh, okay.
Which will now
I
make.
didn't notice either, so it probably doesn't matter.
I just thought I'd let you know so you actually knew what happened as a player.
Okay, so Imni doesn't figure it out
Yep.
either. So
Okay.
it's just Zal.
So yes, you go hunting trolls.
Yay!
I'm sure that won't go badly for you. As we go back.
No, not at all.
And returning back into the keep itself, there is the 3 of you now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have like a quarters anywhere? Where there's like.
You do have barracks that you can share with the other people who are staying here.
Yeah. Okay.
I asked my new friends, is my 20 still in play here because I've succeeded at charming them?
Well, they do seem to like you,
Okay.
so they will talk to you.
I asked them whether or not they do any kind of gathering tasks, like do they go out of the monastery to get herbs and things like that?
No, they just go from here to the quarters that they have and then come back here again to prepare more food.
Okay. Is there any way I can kind of tag along with them just because I want to ask more questions?
They go, sure, they're happy to slip away to the side.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, are there more slaves? And are they all sort of sold to these guys by pirates?
And they introduce you to Anya, Bird, and Naireen, who are in the servants' quarters.
Yep.
Who are also slaves.
Wow, this is not looking good.
And
Okay.
they were sold to the monastery about a year ago.
So are they all from the same group, or were they all
Different groups.
picked up from different pirates and then sold on?
Different pirates and sold on.
Do any of them mention where they come from? Like, we've seen a lot of towns along the way. Do I recognise any of the places that they've come from?
So briefly as well, while we're in the same room at some point, I'm going to mention to you the secret areas where they're guarding that I found, just to point them out.
That's something that I'll probably... Because I can, like, turn into, like, a mouse and things like that, so I might be able to
Okay,
get
so
into
the
secret
names they
room.
use are basically villages that don't seem to be big enough to have actually
Okay.
been recorded anywhere.
See, because I was hoping
And
they
they're
came
off-
from a major city.
And they're off shipping lanes,
Yeah.
so the fact that boats stop there is a gift, whether it's a raider or not.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, income, people show up and then get murdered.
Yeah, well, I guess they got to take the chances.
And
if they don't
sometimes
get a
when
lot
the
of
ships
choice.
show up, they come and murder the people to take their ships.
So do I get
Circle
the
of
impression then that if these people were free, they probably wouldn't go home?
They would like to get away from here, yes.
Yes, but not. They don't necessarily want to go home. That being, you know, like some of the big cities, we could say, hey, there's slaves here, and they've got people that might come and help these people. If I'm not able to help it, like
You're not sure if slavery is illegal in this country.
I don't know that. Okay, that's something that I probably ask.
And it may be different depending on the province,
Okay, yeah.
as each province can have their own rules.
Would Yodri know that kind of thing, considering he's a swashbuckling halfling?
He's been trying to learn that sort of stuff, so he may.
Okay, so I'll tuck that away for next game. I ask about what they've overheard, what routines that they're doing.
They say that there's another temple here.
There's another, another temple on these lands or nearby.
Under the cliffs.
Oh, so there's a hidden temple. Okay, that's because when you described it way back when we first came across it, there's like this cave they can access by the sea, and there's like a temple in that
You
cave.
can't see the cave out the front.
No, but that's how they access their temple, is through this cave. Or was it the nymph
The
that
nymph
took us
accessed
in
it,
that way?
yes.
Okay, yep,
The
alright.
nymph told you about that, but no one
Yep.
else knows about that.
Okay, alright. That's so they mentioning this temple though, or they just know
They
there's a
mentioned
second
that there's a
temple?
second temple.
Okay, but I could logically deduce that it's probably there.
You could,
Yep,
because
okay.
you've been told about it from the other character.
Yeah, from the nymph.
And also that they say if any of them get taken there, they don't come back.
Oh, okay, so possibly human sacrifices.
Or they escape. But they think probably sacrifice, looking more scared than before.
Okay. Right. I have to have a talk with my party later. Preferably not next to any ears, so we might go on another hunt.
Let's go talk in front of the abbot.
Yeah, got it. You'll never know.
Can I talk to you after game about maybe a little bit more background detail for these people, so that I don't drag the game?
Okay.
You know, just asking 150 questions and then finding out that I shouldn't be asking them anyway. Alright, you tell me about the secret doors, or the guarded doors. How many did you see?
I
Just
think
the
it was
one?
just the one I saw.
Yep, okay.
But there's potential for more.
So main ones you saw were into guard towers that, and you never got a chance to explore all of the area because, well,
Yeah.
you were being terrorized by Chocobo at the time.
I know you might cut
Distracted.
away to the other people briefly, but if I find a really small animal in my druidic list of animals, is there time this game to do that, or would that be something I plan for next game?
I would
say
say plan for next game.
Turn into a little animal and have a full recognizance of where we are. Okay.
Also, just quickly, while they're off hunting, can I just run around the temple, like just pulling like the classic pranks or something, just like a bucket of water on top of a door, stuff like that. Just silly stuff.
Give me a performance roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I'm saying this really is a performance piece.
Yeah. Oh. I think it was only +2, was it? Yeah. 10.
10. Okay, you set up some what you think are funny pranks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you forgot where you put some of them.
Oh. That's probably fine.
And you managed to actually get yourself with some of the one of the buckets over the doors.
Yeah. Okay.
And people are asking you, who's been doing all this? Because they caught you getting done by your own bucket, which was, you looking crestfallen and them going, who's pulling these pranks? We really got to find them.
I'm like, oh, can I help the search? That was annoying. I say, giggling inside. I'm so stupid.
And you're just glad you didn't put any seasoning this one.
Yeah. Yeah, only water. Like I didn't say fish guts. Welcome back from the hut. Oh,
At what point do I tell you when I've changed my season?
Normally after a long rest.
Okay, so I might next game change from spring to summer.
Yep.
Because I think that might be helpful.
Yep. As a Fey elf with the Eladrin type, she can change her type.
And
And
summer.
elemental affiliation.
Summer's the season of boldness.
Yep.
And
does it change her
aggression.
spells as well?
It changes some of her stats as well as
that's cool.
her elemental affiliation.
So between 4 to 5 stats change within favour of what that season represents. Like boldness and aggression would mean that I'm not intrepidly going into these places. I really don't give a stuff about what anyone else
Brightly
thinks.
knowingly going in.
It doesn't mean that I go in. Yeah, but I'm not timid or hesitant
Do you
about
look
my
different
actions.
between the transformations?
Yes.
I can.
Colours change.
I can change. Yeah, I was going to say I can change colours generally, but I don't. Would I know whether or not these guys would recognise my changing colours as significant?
Most people do know that the changing colours are significant because when you look at someone who's mostly got red, then you associate that with fire. Anyone who's mostly got blue, you associate with water.
Okay.
Mostly white, you associate with air.
What current colour are you now?
I'm spring at the moment, which is it's not bad.
green.
I'm green and white, and I'll change to yellow green. But since I'm a teenage elf, I'm thinking, and again I'll write this down to talk to you before next game about. I'm thinking I'll just pass it off as I'm an adolescent. This is hormones for an elf.
Is there any blue colour you could change to?
I would like it to be so.
There is a blue colour that's the...
That's sorrow though, so it's loss, pain, and mourning. So
probably
not
not
a
great
good choice
choice.
right now.
Winter is your blue, actually.
Oh, okay. It says sorrow here.
So they have
So I've got
they have the
autumn
4 core seasons and the season of sorrow,
Yeah.
which is their darkness season.
So yeah,
Yeah.
winter here is the season of contemplation and dolor. That's white and blue, whereas the season of sorrow is the black and blue.
Yeah,
So it's like someone beat the crap out of me.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you could be like blue and then they'd be like, oh, you're more water aligned now.
Yeah, well, I could if I went winter because I would be white and blue, which would be
It's probably too late for
more
that though, right? They've
sort of
seen you in a
cracking
different
waves.
colour.
Well, technically, a long rest is when I go to bed, so I could wake up tomorrow summer and then wake up the next day as winter, if I decide to do that.
We're
So.
going to do that in real life.
Yeah, that would be.
I feel happier today. I'm in summer. I feel
Yeah, this is what
really
illegal drugs are
sad
for.
Today. Got your uppers and your downers.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty much it, and it's all about counteracting uppers and downers. Anyway, so
So
I'll
yes, you
let
can
you guys do your
you
thing,
can
and I'll
change your alignment, your affiliations to make you look more presentable to people.
Yeah.
So for you, it's the winter one is the one that they are mostly aligned with.
I'll do some research and ask you more questions so that you guys can have fun hunting trolls. Because that's not going to be disastrous at all.
So we have Imni ahead with the chocobo, and I'll roll for the chocobo for M. The chocobo got distracted along the way and is currently hunting Imni.
Oh no!
That's awesome.
Wait, what happens?
Was who's hunting Imni?
My axe beat, probably.
Yep, chocobo. So yes, I'll let Sue do a survival roll for your hunting. You get to add 6 to the roll.
Okay.
No, let's pick up my dust.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled a 19. 25.
Okay, so you know that you're being hunted by Chocobo. It's quite obvious. He's marked you a few times.
Following you wherever you go.
I will probably go up to him and whack him on the nose.
Oh, you want to play? You'd think. Because his nose is a solid beak, so for him that's playtime.
Oh. Okay.
Because they literally have a beak so big in the shape of an axe, split through the middle for their mouth.
Oh, okay. No. I probably won't do that then.
Snappy hand game is a good game with the Chocobo.
Yeah.
No.
Snappy hand game is where
Okay.
you left a party member behind.
Probably
No.
You
what
can-
should do is
Play along with it.
You can wait for M to show up with Zal and make Zal deal with annoying murder hobo
I'll
bird.
probably do that. I'll probably do
I'm guessing
that.
I have to make the survival roll now too, Martin.
Sure.
I realise that your Chocobo's not there.
18
This
plus
one's pretty good.
5.
7.
Survival's 5.
Yeah. So 23.
23.
Okay, you show up seeing Chocobo stalking Imni. And looking like he wants to leap on Nimni from behind from one of the trees that Imni's passing under.
I probably whistle out. Yes.
This is after we came back from our troll hunt.
This is in the troll hunt.
No, he got distracted.
Emily came with us.
So I'm getting his attention.
Yep. So you get both his attention and Nimni's attention.
Yep.
Sorry, what I was imagining is that Imni's walking through the town, so all of a sudden Chocobo's trying to hide, and like slightly
God, that's
peeking
funny.
around buildings and being spotted every
No.
time.
And then,
He's
you know,
literally hanging
tiptoeing
on the
between
branches and
buildings.
I'll give me about to like bite her head off. I get their attention and I tell them to stop hunting party members again and get back on the trail.
He turns his
Party
head.
members are friends.
He
not
turns his head and looks
food.
the other way, and you look the other way, and you see he's looking at what appears to be a pack of trolls.
Oh,
Hack.
So,
I'm like, buddy, come on, buddy. Right there.
so as it's 10 o'clock, as a bad time to start a combat, I'll end the session with the pause of 5 trolls looking at 4 people on horseback and an axe beak.
Who's not hunting them?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Oh dear.
Brother, we're out now.
Yeah, it could be.
Brother, I've only known you for a day.
Yes.
Right, how Chauvel's
Oh,
assuming that Koray is getting not her. Sorry, what was that, David?
Great.
If he's going to live, he's not going to help you.
He's gonna be sad as he watches you all die.
You don't even know.
Really? You gotta care that much?
For my brother. I think I've done everything.
So, any last words for those about to face trolls?
I'd
For
be.
those who are about to die, we salute you.
Chauvel is ready.
Flame on, my friend.
I was gonna say Chauvel is always ready.
I told you to show that when I said that.
And you see Chocobo do a happy dance behind Chauvel.
Yeah.
Basically, and Chauvel will say, stick close.
Well, hey, look, here's something he can dismember as many times as it likes.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, yeah, that's a good point.
It's his favourite prey.
Capture one alive.
It's actually very hard to take one dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got crazy regen, right?
They do. And unless you damage them with something that stops their regen while they're at below 0 hit points, they don't die.
Yeah, okay.
Namely fire, I'm hoping. I'll probably do a nature roll at the start of next session to see what type of trolls these are.
Though, as a reminder for the players, you did learn that the trolls of this region had been strangely immune to fire while they'd been attacking in this last season.
Have fun, Cheval!
Oh, dude.
I've got Holy Smite instead.
Wait, can Drizel's carriage fit a troll in it?
It could. It depends on how many pieces you wanted in.
No.
Well, you know, it's horse.
Need a small troll. Just like a toy for the bird.
Like 10d8. No, not 10d8.
Is that why you're becoming a necromancer? Because you're going to have like an undead dog for it to play with?
Per level.
Well, that would help because it didn't matter how many times it killed the undead dog.
Yeah.
Too much.
Interesting. Potential.
She actually became a necromancer because her family were executed because it was believed they were necromancers.
Oh, right.
Actually, they were, but they were the good necromancers.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, next levels. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for making it, guys.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a hilarious session
you.
back.
Yeah, thanks for including me.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much for making it, and thanks for making it, David. And to
Bingo.
Em and Josh, if you're free on the weekend, let us know.
We're probably a bit busy this weekend, so solid maybe.
Solid maybe for Sunday.
That's fair because Josh has been wanting to do Sea of Thieves role-playing game.
Yeah, I've been looking
Yeah.
forward to that Sea of Thieves game.
We've been slammed.
No one's. Yeah, we
I'll
understand.
keep asking. I'm not worried if it keeps getting delayed.
Yeah.
Well, if we can get most things done tomorrow, then we should be on for Sunday.
Sounds
We just
good.
got like a few big shops and a few things here and there.
All good. Let us know.
But we'll see how we track. If not, I think next week is supposed to be a bit better. But yeah.
All good. Though I probably should have said we can talk about that after the credits.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, you should probably go in depth into our weekend plans.
Okay. So if you want to stay in chat, you're welcome to. I will put it on end credits and end the video.
Okay. I may head off. I've got to get lad to bed. That's right. Yeah, well, yeah, you too. Yeah, it was good to actually. Yeah, it's good to actually finally get to a game. Not that I did a lot, but yeah. Okay. Yep. Too. Take care, everyone. Bye.